Good evening, family. You are watching Shirley's World. Tonight, we're going to talk about what is going on in the Black community. I want to give you an update about what's going on in Los Angeles regarding Kobe Bryant after the death of the helicopter crash. I'm going to keep it 100, I'm going to keep it real, and I'm going to keep it raw. And I don't want you to get emotionally distracted by what you're about to see through this video, but I want you to think about the thorough effects of what this headliner that you're seeing about his parents and his relationship with them. And sometimes what people don't understand within the ADOS family is that we don't do Black family first. We are not doing BF1s. But I want to give you a perspective. I want to give you a perspective of what is going on in the Black community on the street. I'm going to show you what the Black men are saying and what the Black women are saying. And it was astonishing to me that we got two different energies going on, two different outlooks about this man's life, his death, and his legacy. And it taught me to start thinking about the fact that we as Black people don't think as a unit. We don't move as a unit and we don't move as a family. And the reason why we don't move as a family, because everybody's got their own world. But if we're going to talk about reparations, if we're going to talk about restoring ourselves as individuals, as a people, as a culture that needs to be healed and needs to be compensated in so many different ways, compensation does not just come from the federal government. Compensation does not come just from ourselves. It comes from the family. But what kind of Black family are you creating? Because if you ain't creating the BF1 first, why are you shocked at the outcome? Come on, somebody listen to me. Tell me, if you are not thinking BF1 first and you into the Black woman, the Black man, they ain't thinking the same thing. And they're not having the same emotional response to this man's death. So for those who watch me, my name is Shirley Hussar. You are watching Shirley's World. Please get the thumbs up and share this video. This is going to give you a perspective about generational wealth, about the Black family first. And because of this man's death, there is a new awakening within the Black community. And that is, are we talking about family, individuals, or is it about the Me movement? That's all I want to know. Because if we're going to be talking about the Me movement and the Black man, the Black woman, and we aren't talking about the family and the wealth and the contribution and distribution, and we're not instilling those ideas within our children, we are going to get the outcome of what we're getting, which is lineage cut off, which means you build this wealth up and you didn't teach that next generation to remember its foundation, and then it cuts off and it starts up for someone else. But let's talk about what's going on the street. I'm going to show you a video. Shout out to Crystal Swirl. You guys got to watch this video. Just hanging there with me, because this video is going to basically show you what the sister's perspective is. What is a Black woman's perspective on this man's death? Now, this happened just after he died. I'm going to show you a Black man's perspective and a Black woman's perspective. I don't need you to criticize these people, good, bad, or indifferent. I just want to see there's two different perspectives, and there are different women out there and different men. Let me clarify this. But I'm just going to tell you what I'm feeling from my broad perspective of online videos and talking to people in the community. Because I was in LA today, and this is the energy I'm getting. Like, I was conflicted. I was like, wow, this is a lot going on. But I want you guys to hear a sister's perspective, and then I'm going to show you what the Black man's doing on this man's death and how this affects the lineage wealth that we're dealing with right now. This is a sister named Crystal Swirl. Shout out to her. She's amazing. She's amazing. I want you guys to hear what she has to say. This is right during the duration of his death. Listen.
What's up? This is Crystal Swirls. I just got breaking news, y'all. That Kobe Bryant, the basketball player legend, Kobe Bryant, died in a helicopter crash. You see the title of this video, Kobe Bryant died. Should Black women care? Nubia, what's up, Nubia? Girl, we gotta talk about this. I know y'all can't run it over. Girl, Kobe Bryant. Girl, we gotta talk. We swirlers, we have to talk, bitch. Now, my answer to this question is unbothered, not an issue for Black women. See, what y'all Black women need to understand is this. Just because we share the same skin tone as these Negroes, they are not our men. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. Just because we share the same skin tone as these Negroes, they are not our men. The money is going to go to the Latina. Maria wins this round. Maria is going to cash in those chips. Maria's family is going to be good for the next 3 generations. This is not a concern for Black women. 24-hour locations. Girl, he loved Becky and Maria. He didn't love us. Girl, bye. This nigga was in Italy. He moved from Italy when he was 14. He speaks Italian. He married a Latina. I mean, he looks like a Black man, but his heart and his soul is not of Black women. It really isn't. A Black woman gave birth to him, but he's not a Black. He's not for Black women.
I'm gonna stop it right there. If you guys have a chance, please support this sister. I think she is raw, real, and hilarious. She had me in this video. And she's funny, she's direct, and she throws some strong dimes on the table. I mean, y'all got to understand, this is a Black woman, obviously, who's in the community. And she understood that we have an issue, my family. We have an issue with the fact that this community has to respect that there's Black women who are identifying that Kobe Bryant was not connected to us. And a lot of women are emotionally distraught, as you may think, over this, though there are a lot of Black women who loved him and who are crying and who are taken back. But let me tell you, that video with all them views, y'all saw them views, was sending a message. And that message was saying, look, we ain't as distraught as you are. Now, this girl's got 18,013 views, almost 20,000 views of Black women, and it almost has 500 thumbs up. Because, see, sisters like her is going to say stuff other people won't. Let's keep moving on. Let me show you a Black man's perspective. Now, again, I was going through the videos. The reason why I want to show you this, because we're talking about what? Be one first. What is going on that we're not talking about Black man and Black family first. We're talking about Black women and Black men, and how they are affected by Kobe. And why are we wired to think as individuals instead of a family? And if we are thinking as individuals, or are we not? I think that we are thinking thoughts that how we were trained. And then people don't like the outcome of what they create. See, Kobe Bryant's parents created this man. They gave birth to this man. They gave him the best of the best. But did they instill be one first? Did they instill a Black woman, Black man, Black family first mentality? Because if you're not going to instill that into a child, that child thinks he's something else. Self-hatred, some call it. Some call it self-identity. You never identified yourself as the African-American descendant of slave. You didn't think of yourself less than. You got the drunk monkey syndrome. You think you're better than everybody else. And sometimes parents contribute to what they call the drunk monkey. He's not a monkey. Don't think of a metaphor like how they call Black people monkey, because drunk monkey, white people, whatever. It's the metaphor syndrome. It's the syndrome of thinking that you're this issue. The issues of what you create is what the outcome of what this man became. Let's move on. I want to move through this video pretty quickly, and I want to talk about how the Black man that I'm seeing in the community are crushed. They crushed over Toby's loss. And this is the response I'm seeing. through, and I'm having to show you a celebrity response, but I'm getting this. I was at a restaurant and I saw this black man with his wife. And I said, oh, he got the Kobe t-shirt on. That's funny how the black man and black women have a different response. They both started tearing up. He really started tearing up. He's emotionally erect over this man. And I see a lot of sisters in LA having to kind of massage and take care of their man right now over this man's death. The women are the alphas, and right now we're dealing with the beta boys. Why are these black men right now acting like beta boys? They didn't even know this man. They don't even know this man. And the ones that did, you rightfully so have the right because you worked with him, you had a relationship with him. But it's the emotion that they watch these news reels and these sports reels, and then they feel real connected, which they're not, to these people who are not real in their life, which they're not. And then when they die, they think they've lost somebody, which they haven't, because that person never was in their life. Is what you got to see from afar or see through playing basketball. But let's go ahead and move forward. And I want to show you another perspective of this man.
Yeah, we get caught up in this world, and
hold on.
We get caught up in this world in debates and who's the greatest, and love to judge people and off the court and on the court decisions. I think a lot of times we forget about who people are. And I know for me, I had a defining moment in my life that he pushed me in the right direction. And for somebody who's a new father, who has a baby girl, I'm not going to say prayers and condolences because I don't even know how you capture this moment, man.
I'm going to stop right there. Now, the reason I want you to hear that part of the video is because I want you to realize he's emotionally distraught. That's the point I'm making of him. He's thinking about he was a father, he was this, and I don't know what to do. I can't even express, what would be the right thing to say. And I'm not being insensitive. I want you to understand we're talking about ADOS family, parents. When you have a child, are you as a man or a woman, what is your priority? Obviously, this didn't connect to a lot of black women as it did black men. Why? Is it because it's a sports? Maybe so. Or is it because a black woman says, I got priorities. I need you to focus on this. But these black men, in some of these videos, like you'll see the one with Rick Fox and Derek Fisher, when they start talking, it made them reflect back to saying, hey, let me go back to my family. How did somebody's death make you come back to your family? Why did you ever leave? I got to show you that video because I asked myself that question. What is the point of these people not understanding? Hold on. Because I thought, it made them start saying, hey, I need to reflect back on my family because I'm not doing that. I need to put my family first. Well, weren't you not putting your family first before? Yeah, but I was emotionally not taken back like this.
Moment to moment. I don't wish it on anyone. This moment has been overwhelming for all of us. First and foremost to the families that were lost. Obviously, their lives have been turned upside down. To our brother Kobe and his family, Vanessa, Natalia, Bianca, Capri, we send our prayers and condolences. My family went through, in the midst of all of this, something I couldn't have imagined them experiencing. I spent time talking to my kids for about 45 minutes as this was all happening, and our colleague Jared Greenberg brought to me the news that morning, and he asked by text if I had heard of the story. And
now I know you guys have heard a lot of this, so I'm not going to play it all. You can go to the video, and I put the link down below. Let me give you the second part. Now listen to what Derek Fisher says.
In my life,
finding out as I was on my way to LAX to travel, started getting text messages. Please don't tell me this is Kobe. And again, I'm thinking about the night before still. So I'm confused as to why somebody's texting me just saying that, and that's it. So then I get a call from my fiance, and I can hear in her voice, something's not right. So now my heart starts to really speed up. Then my brother texts me with the first media story attached to the message, and I lost it. Luckily, I was a passenger in the vehicle. So now I have to explain to my guy, Duran, who's with me tonight, like, what just happened. He loses it. My kids start calling me and asking me to come back home. Do not go to the airport and get on the airplane. They're devastated. And I get back home before I can get in front of a television. Just as a family, we're all hugging each other and saying we love each other, because you never know if that's going to be the last moment. My mom calls me, which took this to another level of pain. My mom calls me. She lives in Little Rock. She tells me the rumor is that Rick was there too. And that broke my heart. Already thinking about Kobe, learning about Rick. And then when I got home,
they realized that they all thought Rick Fox was dead and he was in that helicopter crash, but he wasn't. I want you to understand that now they're focusing on family, not like they weren't before, but it erupted all these men to realize, oh my God, my family, my family, my family, my family. We don't get that normally from these players, do we? No, somebody let me do we get this from these black men that they care about their family first? Or do we always hear from black men who watch these players and they're going to tell you their stats? When you talk to brothers, they always want to tell you their stats, right? They're quick to talk to you in conversation. You say, baby, did you watch the Laker game? Woo, 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 woo. They tell you the stats of what's going on, how many rebounds, how many plays, how many rejections, how many points. And so they are so calculated to know this genre that then you have the black woman, they don't connect to that stuff like this. This is a problem. And I'm going to tell you why it's a problem. It's because we are not coming together as a black family to first have a foundational understanding of wealth. First of all, if you're in an arena where you're going to get a job where it's going to consist of a lot of money, you need to put your family first. But we don't think in that way. Our emotions are all over the place with this man's death. The black women feel this way. The black man feel that way. But again, let's go back to the subject matter, because I need to bring that point. I had to put that out there to bring this point to you, is this. His parents created this man, right? And I want to go through a little breakdown of that. And I want you to think, because it's going to come to a point where you'll go, I want you to tell me when you have your black ADOS husband or ADOS family member and you ask him, are we BF1? Are we a BF1? Black family first? Do we think as a BF1? And you said, well, how do I know if I'm thinking as a BF1? Because a lot of black people don't teach their children BF1. BF1. That doesn't mean you're discriminating. Doesn't mean that you don't associate with other cultures. It means that you need to put black family first. Can I get some thumbs up, and can someone agree with me? Because if you're not going to put black family first, if you're not going to have the conversation about black family first, and you are creating this legacy, you're creating this dynasty, you created this drunk monkey syndrome, I call it, where they are so high and mighty, they're now a god and a goddess. They're not thinking about black family. They're thinking about themselves. But you created this, and you never expected to turn on you. You never expected to twist on you. And then most of all, you never expected to forget you. Forget you, Negro, forget you. Because if I forget you, I ain't got to deal with you. But then we get mad and we say, they didn't get nothing. They got treated like crap. That's terrible. That's horrible. And guess what? It is. And it's a curse that comes with it. I'll wait, as Crystal would say. I'll wait. It's a curse that comes with it. You gonna sit back and abandon your parents and not honor them and not honor them? What happens when you don't honor your parents? Are you given long life? Let's continue on, family. So I want to break down a little bit from a point of perspective of where and how this man got created to be like that. I was reading some articles, and at the end of this video, please get the like buttons up. I want you to share, and I want you to make comments and tell me, what is your perspective? Because if we're not going to start doing BF1 first, and we're not going to have this discussion, and if we're not going to talk to the family, I'm a black man who never told, okay, here we go. This black man's telling his situation now. He said, I learned it when I got in the workforce. And let me tell you something, Mills, I'm not mad at you. There's a lot of stuff I didn't learn till I got in the workforce either. And this is one of them. Because my father always told me, don't forget you're a Negro. So that's an individual, right? But now we can't think like that no more. I'm trying to help us all rise above the water, become the cream of the crop, and realize we need to move like the chessboard. I told you to learn chess, move like the board and move the board forward. That means that you can't do it individually as a Skip Scott checkers kind of situation. Well, this is black and red. That's all you got to worry about. No, you got to understand each piece does something different on this board, and you have to move it as a unit. And if we're not moving as a unit and we don't understand that B1 comes first, black family comes first, then we are failing ourselves. Because if we don't understand, we need to be protecting that black man, and the black man needs to protect a woman. But that's one thing. But when you create these children who disrespect you and don't honor you and use you, and you've instilled you put all your chips on number 21 on KB. You put all your chips on this KB boy. You put all your chips on KB. And what does KB do? Let's talk about KB. And I'm gonna take it blow by blow. This is the earlier years. I got different articles, but I like what this one has to say. Listen.
Bryant was born in Philadelphia, the youngest of 3 children and only son of former NBA player Joe Bryant and Pamela Cox Bryant. He was also the maternal nephew of basketball player John "Chubby" Cox. His parents named him after the famous beef of Kobe, Japan, which they saw on a restaurant menu. 11. His middle name, Bean, was derived from his father's nickname, Jelly Bean. Bryant's family was Catholic, and he had always practiced his faith.
So this man was into Catholicism. His father was known to be called Jelly Bean. So his middle name was Bean. He was named after his father. Hello, listen to me. And his parents named him Kobe Bean. His father named him, he didn't want to say his father's name, the Bean, but he's named after his parents and Kobe because of the meat, right? He studied and traveled abroad with his father. So now there's a couple of mentors right here. Let's take your coins, imagine them in your hand. I'm playing dice. I'm gonna have a baby. His name is Kobe. Your father is an NBA player, the nephew of John Cubby Cox. You see that? So that's and in a strong black mother. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 mentors to start off. They teach you to be a spiritual man. You get to travel unlike any other Negro. The only Negroes you mostly see is your family. But you see whites, you see Japanese people, and then your father decides to move to Italy. Let's break that down. Let's break that Italy situation down. I want to talk about that. Remember, what are you exposing your children? And then they hang with all these other people talking in their head. He learned how to speak Japan. He's in school with Japanese children. Y'all listen to what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be mocking, but I'm just giving an example. You, hey, bro, how you doing? Bro, what's up? He's not hearing that. Oh, no. He's not hearing that. Oh, don't get that mocking. He nigga, he black. I'm sure they called him all kind of names, and he had to go home, and they said ignore all that. And I'm sure he wasn't just in any Japanese school. Your parents are in Japan. You ain't no average Japanese school. You're around wealthy people. Let's keep going.
Bryant started playing basketball when he was age 3, 16, and the Lakers were his favorite team when he was growing up. 17, when Bryant was 6, his father retired from the NBA and moved his family to Rieti in Italy to continue playing professional basketball at a lower level. 18, after 2 years they moved first to Reggio Calabria and then to Pistoia and Reggio Emilia. Kobe became accustomed to his new lifestyle and learned to speak fluent Italian.
Oh, first he learns how to speak Japanese. Then he learns, when he was sick, his 6 years old. 6 years old. His father retired, from the NBA. And then he moves his entire family to Italy. And then he learns how to speak Italian. Do you know any black child that had this kind of foundational roots? Is this normal for black Americans? Hell no. Hell no. Just say hell no. This was a special brew of chocolate. Okay. This is a special brew of coffee bean. You got mentors from nephew John Cubby Cox. You got your dad, who was raised in Philadelphia, had the streets of Philadelphia, an NBA player, and a strong black mother named Pam Bryant. So Pam's family was part of basketball, and the dad's family, our dad was a basketball player. So look at all this basketball instilled in this man's life. 1, 2, 3 mentors. Now you 3, they move you to Italy, and you living in Italy. You're getting to study abroad. Is there any black people? Is Shaniqua in the classroom with him? No. Is Teresa there? Is Joanne there? Is Shaquita there? No. He's not in school with any of his people. I'm going to keep you going. He's still not in school. He's still in school with all these foreign people. Do you think he's got self-love for black people? He ain't seen them.
He was especially fond of Reggio Emilia, which he considered a loving place and where his best childhood memories were made. 20. At an early age, Bryant also learned to play soccer, and his favorite team was AC Milan. 21. Bryant began to play basketball seriously while living in Reggio Emilia. 22. 23. His grandfather would mail him videos of NBA games for Bryant to study.
Stop right there. That one got me. See, now you got 4 people. His father, his mother, and then the nephew, John Cubby Cox. Now you're hearing me. You telling me the grandfather would mail him videos of NBA games from America for Kobe to study. Guess what, Kobe? Then during the summertime, what happened in the summertime? Tell me what happened in the summertime with Kobe after he got those tapes from his grandfather.
During summers, Bryant would come back to the United States to play in the basketball summer league. 25. When Bryant was 13, he and his family moved back to the United States.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. And you guys know what happened then. He went to school in Philly, and then he was signed, I think at what was he signed at 17, 19. So most of his year, they say, I've heard 13, I've heard 14, that when he came back to the States, this man was pretty much fully grown, right? If he came back at 13, 14, within less than 5 years, he was signed to a major league, the NBA. They had groomed him. 4 people in his life had planted seeds, including his 2 sisters. Now we got 7 people planting seeds in this man's life. And when people talk about the disarray within the family, you tell me, do you think that was right? Now, is that we talk about that's a black family? Black family first. We all putting all our good seeds in our kids, right? Like playing the lottery. I know this boy's got some talent. I'm gonna teach him this trick. I'm gonna teach him that trick. You do this, you do this, you do that. Then you've created this God. You've created what they call the drunk monkey syndrome. This is someone who thinks they're better than anybody else. This is someone who has forgotten all the seeds you did, because see, he felt he was entitled. You did what you were supposed to do. I was always supposed to be this great. And they go, whoa, what about us? Well, what about you? I was groomed to play basketball, and this is about my money. I don't even have to go to college. My shit is that good. I don't even have to go to college. Now this man's foundation has shifted from the origin of the people who contribute to his life. Does that sound like BF1? But it's still black family first, right? This is a black family with 7 influencers: mother, father, uncle, nephew, grandfather, sisters, 2 sisters. That's 7 people. That's a lot of people. 7, and all the other people we don't know, but they say were influencing him. They were grooming him from a child of 6 and 3 and 13 and 10 And he was growing tall and he was getting skills. And when he came back to the state, they were ready to cash in on their coins. See, we plant a lot of time into our children, but what we did not teach our children is Black first. That's what we're doing wrong. That's what we're doing wrong abroad. You know, we all want our children to do better than us. We want them to make more money than us. We want them to be able to communicate, interact, structure, understand money, stocks and bonds, and whatever you're trying to do to take that child to the next level. But as you do that, they are leaving you and you don't even know it. They're elevating away from their minds from you because you ain't snatched them and grabbed some naps from the back of their head and said, whoa, 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 nigga, I'm not a nigga. I speak Japanese. I can speak Italian. I can speak Spanish. I can speak English. What would you talk to me in that manner? Do you know who you are? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm your mama. We're your daddy. No. You're not my parents anymore. I'm a grown man. I got a contract with the NBA. They look at each other saying, what the hell's going on? No, let me talk to him. Then the grandfather tried to say something. Then his sisters probably tried to say something. Then Cubby probably tried to say something. You don't tell me. None of you people need to tell me. I'm a grown man. Now they done created something they never thought would happen. Their foundation disrupted because these other people are standing in the corner waiting to cash in. It's like building a house from scratch and you put all the details in it. And then somebody come in and say, thank you for the key. And they walk on in. And that's what Vanessa's family did. They just walked on in. And then they took the key and they locked you out. Click, 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 click. What? Yeah, what you locking us out for? We blood. No. I don't want to deal with you niggas. I'm going to give you something. You throw he takes the paper and throw it out and then lock the door again. Wait a minute. You going to marry her with no prenup? Oh, hell no. Why you marrying that Mexican? I'm telling you. Be one first. These were Black people with Black mentors. The man had Black mentors and he locked them out of his life. Why? What did they do wrong? Family, what did they do wrong? What did they do to make this man get to the point he done shut them out? Cubby Cox, the grandfather, the mother, the sister, all these influencers. And guess what? By the age 18, signed to a national NBA contract, making millions. And then he hooks up with the little Latina girl. She cute. And they didn't even pay attention to think that somebody was about to snatch their keys away from the house they built. Somebody talked to me. And then we wonder, why would he cut them off? Because they created the drunk monkey syndrome. Many of you guys ain't paying attention. This is what you're doing to nieces and nephews. You have not sat down regarding this man's death and life and said, let me tell you something. I want to show you the other side of the pendulum of how this man abandoned his Black family. Are you going to do that? Well, why would I do that? Because one day you're going to walk away and you're going to be an adult and you're going to make a decision. You're going to serve somebody. It may be the Lord or it may be the devil, but you're going to serve somebody. You're going to forget about us. Oh, no, I wouldn't do that. How many people have other people have married outside of their family and they don't talk to them no more? As Crystal Swirl will say, I'll wait. You know, family members and friends like that, they done married these estranged people in their life. And they ain't thinking Black family first. They ain't thinking about the lineage aspects of it. The wealth aspect. They knew he was going to be money. They knew he was going to be success. They planted all those seeds in that man. And he took that seed and that foundation and he basically spit on it and said, I'm done with you Negroes. Now, I had a debate with somebody saying, well, his parents had a lot of money. No, Kobe was born with a brass spoon in his mouth, not silver, not platinum, because his father played for the NBA and he played in Italy. He didn't get the same kind of coins as Magic or some of the other people back in the American states. He had to play abroad, and usually those players don't bring in the same type of coins. And they play they're not challenged to the same league level because the best league players are in America. So his dad didn't get those same challenges, but he did provide a good life for his family, for his daughters, and for Kobe. But Kobe wasn't proud of that moment because he says, "Well, you're not as great as what I have become. None of you guys have become as great as I have. No, we haven't. But we taught you all the skills to get you where you at." But did that help them in the end? Are you doing the same to your children? You ain't sitting them down. You're not talking about their lives. You ain't talking about, we got our kids mixed with other cultures. We got them going to private schools. We got them getting bused. We're taking them to ballet. We're taking them to football, basketball, and they around all these other people in their head. In their head. You don't know how many people in Kobe's classroom, Japanese or Italian, said, "You black, you ugly." And he had this feeling of, I don't want no black person in my life. I ain't marrying no black woman. I want one that looks like her, a pretty Italian girl. Well, a Mexican girl with dark hair could look Italian, right? Somebody talk to me. His image of beauty was not a black woman. Obviously, he didn't marry one, nor did he respect one, because look what he did to his mother and his sister. But who created that? Was that BF1 first? That's all I want to know. Let's continue on, family. Let me show you another thing. See, I'm breaking this down to you. I'm breaking this down. I have to, because it was bothering me. I kept saying, Lord, I'm trying to understand what's going on here. Lord, I'm trying to get a perspective of why would this man do this? Why would he do this? Why would he just abandon his family like this? And then it spawned on me. They created this drunk monkey. They created this man that disrespected him, that didn't listen to him, and now they got to deal with the outcomes of it. And then I think about, but what would the Bible say to do? The Bible said that we must honor our mothers and our brother. We must honor our family. But did he honor them? Did he truly honor them? No, because what happened? He ended up fighting them over memorabilias. So I want you to hear another thing of what happened. I want you to listen to what happened with him and his family back in 2016. I want to recap.
Kobe's past, an accusation, almost divorce, and estranged parents Tanya Pendleton. Additional reporting, EUO.com. Kobe Bryant's death last weekend shocked the world. He perished in a helicopter crash along with 7 others, including his 13-year-old daughter Jana. After his 2016 retirement, Bryant appeared to settle into his post-basketball life. He stayed mostly away from the Staples Center, his workplace, for 20 years. But Jana, nicknamed Gigi, took an interest in basketball, and Kobe eventually formed Mamba Academy, a girls' basketball team to support her ambitions. Sadly, Bryant and his daughter would die while pursuing her aspirations to follow in her father's footsteps.
Now, stop right there. Now, who taught him to plant seeds? His mother, his father. Who planted him to do that? His parents did. But as he began to plant him these seeds, he was going to create his empire through his child. Wasn't he doing the same thing that he was taught? Let me keep going.
They're very smart, college-educated women, Kobe told ESPN in 2016. I'm really proud of them.
His sisters.
They were able to get their own jobs, get their own lives, take care of themselves. Now they have a better sense of self, of who they are as people, instead of being resentful because they were relying on me. It was tough for me to do, but it's something you have to do, something you have to be very strong about. His parents, Joe and Pam Bryant, were estranged from Kobe. The estrangement began when Kobe married 18-year-old Vanessa Laine in 2001. It has said that the Bryants thought their son was too young to be married. They did not attend his wedding. In 2013, the Bryants attempted to sell some of Kobe's memorabilia and Kobe sued them. Our relationship is **T, he told ESPN. I say to them, I am going to buy you a very nice home, and the response is, that's not good enough. He says, then you're selling my **T. The Bryants issued an apologetic joint statement at the top. They're very smart, college-educated women, Kobe told ESPN in 2000.
He cut him off. He said, our relationship is shit. He said, our relationship is shit, he told ESPN. You're going to sell my stuff? That's basically what he said. He says, "You gonna sell my stuff?" He responded. "You're not gonna tell me what's going on? Why would you sell my stuff?" They were shocked. They were shocked that he would respond in such a way. And then he made them apologize. Now, I just kind of broke it down to you. I told you they created this man. Why would this man, who's in this man's head? Was he black family first? He started off that way. But guess what, family? He didn't stay that way. He didn't stay back. He became the BMM, the BMM1, the black Mimi. He's the black Mimi. A black Mimi is someone that focuses only on me. That's what he was. He was the black Mimi. And when you're the black Mimi, you ain't listening to nobody. He loved himself. Yes, he was a good man. Yes, he cared about his family. But he twisted, something happened that he would cut off his family. And part of that problem is we are not sitting down with our children. We are not. If you're going to be a parent, and you're not sitting down and saying, "Tell me what you think about yourself." Do you ever ask your child in reflection of who you are, what does it mean to be black? What does it mean? Well, I'm black because I'm black and I'm proud and I'm my sister and I'm beautiful. No, no, no. As far as lineage, what does that mean? You need to break that down. It is our responsibility to care for the poor. It is our responsibility to remember the black history. Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, all these people, Dr. King, Rosa Parks, not just these up and coming celebrities. I'm talking about people who contribute towards legislation, constitution, restitution for a people. We need to talk about these people in our black communities. We need to talk about them to our children and have them aspire to understand legal protections and rights that are granted to them, the emancipation. Special Order number 15, things that were not given to us, restitution, Jim Crow, lynching. Do you talk about that even to your child? Because if the child does not know its worth, there's other people talking in their head. In Italian people telling him he ugly. And he goes back home, he don't say nothing. Why did he marry that Mexican? Because she could look Italian. He got caught up in all those little Italian girls. Then you pull him back to Philly like he was in with the people. Yeah, he could. Of course, he could easily come back and play ball and get in with the community. He's popular. He's handsome. He's tall, and hell, he can play ball. But psychologically, he never acclimated back into the community. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying about this man? His mind never is the same as everyday black people. He never came back to us because he never was ours. They created this multicultural world, man. And in lieu of that, that man never adhered to the foundation of where he came from. Because obviously it was all about basketball. Your grandparents, the uncle, the nephew, the father, the sisters, the mother. That whole family was engulfed in basketball. I showed you earlier where you got black women who say, "I don't give a fuck, he's dead." I'm sorry, that's what some women are saying. Some brothers, sisters, they ain't being cold, they being honest. I ain't even criticize that. I got to respect that. I respect that, Sister Crystal. And then there's other black men, they are emotionally distraught. They can't breathe. They crying like babies in front of the camera. Grown ass men just crying. That's all white America's proud to say. Look at these niggas crying. Let's show all these black men crying. Let's show more black men crying. But you know, when you go to the streets of LA, they ain't crying. They're crying, but they're a bunch of Mexicans. Mexicans on the street are playing macharazzis over Kobe. And I said, "What are black people?" No, it's a bunch of Mexicans. Let me continue on. I'm trying to wake some of you guys up because I need you to understand. Y'all talk about B1 first. You don't know what B1 first is? You ain't got a clue. Let's go back to Kobe. I'm going to break this down. I'm breaking this down because the question, so why? Why did he go through what he did? Why did his parents make him apologize after selling that stuff? When he said, she said, "Hey, you don't apologize, lady. You didn't ask me if you could sell my stuff. You didn't ask me this." So he made her strike a deal. Let me just play. I'm gonna break this down in a section because this article, this is from Ebony magazine. This one is from Ebony. This is Ebony. June 2013. See, I'm just not finding news today. I'm gonna find news before the man was dead. And nobody black said nothing. Nobody complained. Nobody called him out and said, bruh, why would you do this to your mother and your father? No, because he's a God. You don't abruptly approach God and say something like this. Who the hell are you? My parents and I don't talk. I ain't talking to them. They took my shit and sold it.
Kobe Bryant, the face of the Los Angeles Lakers, recently settled a legal dispute that pitted him along with his wife, Vanessa Bryant, and his sister against his parents, Pamela and Joe Bryant, and his grandmother. Pamela Bryant struck a deal that paid her an advance of $450,000 with Golden Auctions in New Jersey to sell more than 70 items for Kobe Bryant, the face of the Los Angeles Lakers, recently.
I had to stop. I'm sorry. Did anybody read this part? I don't know how I skipped this one. Against his parent, his sister, his parents, his mother and father, and his grandmother. Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. Now, how many is that 8? The father, the mother, the 2 sisters, the grandfather who sent him videos when he was abroad, his uncle who on his mother's side or nephew, Mr. Cox, Cubby Cox, mentored him. Now we got the grandmother. He sued. He legally has a dispute with his grandmother. Somebody talk to me. Somebody talk to me. I'm just telling you. Y'all need to break this down. We give birth to black children. 2 black people gave birth to an ADOS child and raised him around ADOS extended lineage family members. And then he sues all of them. Did you hear this lawsuit from Ebony Black Magazine? He sued all of his family, his not only everybody, his parents. He sued his sisters and his grandmother. Some crazy crap right there. Some crazy madness.
Pamela Bryant struck a deal that paid her an advance of $450,000 with Golden Auctions in New Jersey to sell more than 70 items from the ballplayers past, including high school jerseys and several championship rings from the Lakers. It has been reported that she used the money to purchase a house in Las Vegas. Kobe, who claimed that she did.
Okay, now, remember that story I said earlier. Pam wanted a house in Las Vegas. Kobe said, I'm going to give you a house, but it's going to be under $1 million. She said, no, I don't want that house. I want this house. I need some more money. So Kobe had this stuff just in his storage shed. He had some stuff in his storage shed. And she said, you know what? I'm going to go in that storage shed and I'm going to pull that out. So she took it to the auction house. And the auction house got ready to sell it. And he sued them. He sued them. And they finally settled out of court. But I want you to understand this storage shed situation, because I thought this was crazy. I want this house in Vegas. She's begging him, please buy me this house in Vegas. You're worth a lot of money. Buy me this house in Vegas. If you buy me this house in Vegas, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. We'd be all right. But guess what? He said, buy you this house. I'm going to buy you this other house. She said, I don't want that house.
Lots of people have speculated lots of things about the relationship between Kobe and his parents, but one thing is clear. They obviously don't talk. If they did, Pam or Joe would have mentioned that they were going to sell his stuff and Kobe would have told them not to. Sounds simple, but when you have a bad or strained relationship, simple things are suddenly not so simple. Kobe's parents aren't broke. They were paying $1,500 a month to keep their son's things in storage.
What?
After all, so this whole thing can't be about money. Maybe for Golden Auctions it was, but Joe and Pam Bryant could have gotten a house in Vegas if that's what they really wanted. It seems more like they were trying to get Kobe's attention.
Okay, this man had stuff in storage. So they were paying $1,500 a month for this stuff in storage and say, hey, it's been in there since you were in high school. We're going to go out there and auction it. Now, obviously, they're not talking. They're not talking. But they are talking. See, this is a mystery, because when they asking you to buy a house, there's this feeling of, I don't want to say nothing. I want to ask him for some money. I know he's going to say no. Well, this just to sell his stuff. Well, why don't we ask him? No, you can see the pump and go brakes relationship they had. Because later on, he makes them apologize to him. They make him apologize to him. What kind of son makes them apologize to them? Okay, y'all know the story. He didn't marry a black woman, he married Vanessa. And this is the part I want you to hear, because nobody is talking about this, and this has been what everybody said on the street. So I had to get this one in writing, because it's the end of this sentence I'm a highlight that has everyone not talking.
The hitch in their relationship may have developed before, but became public when Kobe was 21 and wanted to marry Vanessa Laine, a dancer he met at a music video shoot. Kobe's parents, especially his father, were mad that he was marrying her. Depending on who you ask, they were either mad that he wasn't marrying a black girl, or they were mad that he was showering so much money on Vanessa's family. Her mother was deep in debt and had filed for bankruptcy shortly before their wedding. Other rumors were that since Vanessa was 17 and Kobe was 21, her parents threatened to file statutory rape charges against him unless he married her. On top of everything else, he married her with no prenuptial agreement, opening himself up to the vicious California divorce laws.
Oh my God. Look at this mess. Oh my God, Becky, look at this mess. Look at this mess. You didn't put all these roots in this man. You took him to Italy. You took him to Japan. You planted seeds. The grandparents planted seeds. The sister planted seeds. They then created this beautiful African-American young boy to be a man, just to find this woman at a music video shoot. And then he starts fucking her. He starts fucking her. And then the family sat down and said, you fucked our daughter. You fucked our daughter. Yes, I did. Oh, you're going to marry her. We Latino. We marry. You're going to marry our daughter. You're going to marry our daughter. Well, why would I do that? There are other rumors that Vanessa was 17 and he was 21. That's rape, right? They could have filed statutory rape. That would have been the end of his career. Unless you marry her with no prenuptial. Hell, he could at least get parents happy and made a prenuptial agreement. Marry her, do a prenup, and get a divorce. No, he didn't do any prenuptial. And then he's getting threatened. Now they said, look, this came out in 13. Her mother was deeply in debt and filed for bankruptcy shortly before the wedding. Her mother was in bankruptcy. These are some broke Mexicans. These weren't just Mexicans. These were broke Mexicans, because the mother had to file for bankruptcy. And so he was trying to shower her parents with family, with presents and stuff. Black girl, they were mad. They were mad at him. Why was his family? They were mad at him. Somebody talk with me. Somebody talk to me. They were mad at him because he was showering. Vanessa's family was showering with stuff. Why are you showering this girl? Well, I had sex with her. Well, she was under 17. I didn't know. Well, I kind of love her. She's crying. Is she cute? I like her. I love her. What do you mean you love her? What do you mean you're 21 years old? We just brought you back from Italy. You've been in the States less than 5-10 years. What are you talking about? No, I'm going to marry her. You go, what? Oh, no. You're not marrying her. You just getting ready. You got signed with the NBA. I'm not listening to you people. I didn't even go to college. That's how great I am. I am Kobe freaking Bryant. I am not listening to you. I can marry whoever I want. We rich. Look at these poor Mexicans. Look at their family. Look how they living. I've always lived good. Look at these poor Mexicans. See what I'm saying? I'm trying to wake you guys up. I'm not trying to mock anybody. I'm not trying to criticize this man. This was a beautiful man. Handsome, tall, confident. Had good roots instilled in him. But guess what? He got distracted. He got sidestepped because the foundation was instilled in the B1 process. There is a process that you as a parent, you as a mentor, you as an aunt and uncle, you need to do with your child and sit them down and say, let me help you out. You a little Negro first, okay? You understand that? What does that mean? You need to be instilling that now, no matter what age they are. Because you're going to get to a point where you create this monster, you create this God, you create this drunk monkey syndrome. I don't need nobody else but me. It's the black me first. It's the black me first. And what happened? What happened? He married her. And then there's these other rumors. I want you to play this one more time so that you understand. There's these other rumors. She was 17. I didn't heard this before.
Other rumors were that since Vanessa was 17 and Kobe was 21, her parents threatened to file statutory rape charges against him unless he married her. On top of everything else, he married her with no prenuptial agreement, opening himself up to the vicious California divorce laws.
So what happened to the parents? They got mad. They didn't go to the wedding. And where did the parents go after that? Right after that wedding? Now they move out of LA. They mad.
Take your pick of reasons, but Kobe and his father stopped speaking to each other for a while. No one from Kobe's family attended the 1996 wedding, and his parents, who had been living with him in California since he was drafted, moved back to Philadelphia at that time. Ultimately, they repaired the relationship, but it's not like they've spent a whole lot of time together. Pamela and Joe have been on the East Coast, while their son has been starring for the Lakers since the last century.
This article came out before the end of his career. And by the way, they did not even attend his last game. Look, the sad part of the matter is none of the family members attend, none of the sisters, none of the brothers, none of the sisters, the uncle, nephews, grandparents. Go with me on this flow. They did not attend that wedding. So he cut off that ADOS side of his life. He never subliminally connected to us because of the foundation they set on the table. Is anyone listening? Can someone please put in the chat room? Let's go through these notes. I'm gonna see if y'all listening. So you tell me, was Kobe Bryant B1 first? At the beginning, was he B1 first? Let me know. Someone in the chat wants to say B1 first. Yes or no? Yes or no? Was he B1 first? From the beginning, was he B1 first? Yes or no? That's what I want to know. I want to know, was Kobe Bryant B1 first? Somebody put in the chat room, yes or no. Do you think he was? I need to know. Because remember, he went to school in Italy. He went to school in Japan. And you know that none of the people are nice. Some people brought in, look what Marcus Mabel, what that girl's name is, from that black girl who married that prince. She moving out of England. She said they call her all kind of names. Okay? Real Money said yes at the beginning, because the parents thought they were doing right by him. They thought they were doing right by teaching him everything from how to speak Italian, how to speak Japanese, how to interact culturally so that he had a passport. His grandfather was sending him videos from the NBA since he was a child. They groomed him. But guess what? He was not B1 first because they never taught black issues. You guys are wrong. It's not yes, it's a no. I say it was a no. They weren't teaching them descendant of slaves. You ain't doing it either. You ain't teaching your children emancipation. You ain't teaching your children the Constitution. You ain't talking about the preamble. You ain't talking about how black people have been taken down and treated like a piece of shit. Because everybody in every culture right now is in their child, in your child's ear, your friend's ear, your daughter, your uncle, your nephew, your wife, your husband, telling you all their damn problems from who and where they came from. And you don't even know what kind of Negro you are. What kind of Negro am I talking to right now? That none of y'all realize Kobe was not black first. Y'all say yes, because all these black people influenced his life. His immediate family, yes, but his peers did not. When you got all Italians around you, they ain't talking about black pride. Ain't nobody, and he wasn't raised in the black church. They brought him up in Catholicism, which is rituals. I call it a cult. Yeah, I called it out. They don't be talking about having a spiritual energy connection to God. They use man as a mediator. That's why you got to go to the priest. That's not what the scripture says. Scripture says that Jesus is our mediator. We pray in the name of Jesus. If you don't believe in Jesus or not, we pray directly to God. We don't pray directly through a man, but that's what Catholicism teaches you. So he didn't even have that soulful black connection. He was not B1 first. Does anybody understand when Tyra says no? She said no, he was not black first. He was not black first. No, he wasn't black first. Y'all need to understand that. That doesn't mean he was a black person. not understanding that. I was saying it was instilled in him. We're talking about the instilling of how you raise up a person, the environment of what you put that person around. It's the same thing for us. Because when we become adults, we get away from where we came from. And we have all these white friends and all these other people telling us, oh, those black people are loud. Oh, those black people are lazy. Oh, those black people are stupid. Black people. And they ain't got no idea about black people. But there's something in your head. There was a little grandmother aunt saying, come here, baby, let me tell you something. You best to believe, you better know that you a Negro. You need to know about Dr. King. You need to know about Sojourner Truth. You need to know about Frederick Douglass. You need to know about Harriet Tubman. You need to know all these Malcolm X. You need to know these people. You need to know these people. You know them because they are part of the foundation and the alteration of the history of legislation. People always go back to those kind of people instead of people maybe more current in the 60s and the 70s. I like to go back to those people because if we talk about Thurgood Marshall, if we talk about people who understand law and legislation and were judges, those people ruled and created legislation for your best interest. But instead, that man was a be me, me one. Black me first. And he never changed. It never was black family first. He was not black family because he never married anybody black. And then when he did, he still swirled away. So if you know somebody who married someone outside the race, that wasn't the problem. It was the foundation of not contributing back to the community. That's part two. Part one is not knowing that you're black and connecting to it. Part two is a responsibility that all of us who are listening on this video that do not have this. None of you are instilling values back into your community. You talking about we got to help the homeless. We got to go out and stop police brutality. We got to stop being tracked as privatized prisoners. We all said that same thing, but guess what? We don't have lobbyists. We don't have hedge funds. We don't have foundations. The Black College Foundation. So we the most educated niggas in the world. The most educated Negro in the world is out of America. But guess what? He's not getting the benefits from it. We can't get loans for businesses. We can't get loans to be able to give to other black people loans, because the Jews do. The Jews have their own privatized bank. All money doesn't start from banks. It comes from self-wealth. It comes from understanding that you could be a bank for somebody. OPM, other people's money. LLCs, S corporations. We ain't talking about that. We got black women saying, I don't give a fuck. And we got black men crying online. So the white people love showing all these black men crying online. Why? Because Hollywood and black men are emasculated and feminized, and they are not alphas. They're betas. So all the alpha men you saw playing ball and brawly and strong are looking like beta boys, crying over this man who was not B1 first. I'll wait. I know I'm saying a lot tonight. I know it's late, but it was heavy on my heart. And I got a lot to do tomorrow. I got to pray. I got to ask God for discernment because I'm still not understanding. Here's a man that died so young. He died so young. But see, he had that drunk monkey syndrome situation going on. He did. And then what did the Bible say? What did the Bible tell us to do? It said to honor your mother and your father first so that you may have long life. So that you have long life. But if you're not going to honor those people first, if you're not going to put God first, and I know many of you guys ain't Christians, but can you respect words of wisdom, Christian or not? You need to honor your parents. You're not going to, after all that work, damn. Your grandparents, your sister, your grandfather videotapes back, your uncles teaching you the things that they were doing with their foot maneuvers and all that shit. And then you make it, you get the kid, you lock him out. Nigga, how you think you're going to live long with that? How do you think you're going to live long with that? And then people say, well, why did they take his daughter? Why did God take his daughter? A friend of mine came to me and she might come home, but she won't say this. I don't know if she'll say it online. She woke me up to this. She said, God had to send a message to Vanessa for what she made that man do. So that's why he took his daughter too. I said, wow. Because that message was to send a message to Vanessa. You married that man. You disrespected his parents. You took him away from them. I'm going to take your daughter away from you. I'll wait. That's some deep stuff right there. That's some deep, dark waters, sad waters, treacherous waters. And so many of us are the me attitude. And we ain't be one first. We are into ourselves. I'm going to tell you something else real quick. I'm going to move on. Y'all understand what I'm saying about Kobe? Can you understand that many of you Black people are on this chat right now and you're talking to each other and you're thinking, oh, sure, you being cold, you being mean. I'm being truthful. I'm setting the record straight. I'm cutting some cheese here in a good way. In a good way. Okay? Because if you don't understand, you are not learning your own freaking history. So how can you preach to me? How can you tell me to vote for Trump or vote for Hillary or vote for all these other people when you don't even know what kind of Negro you are? And then y'all talk about each other and beat each other up. And I don't like him and I don't like her. And then you focus on this gossip bullshit created by these Jews in Hollywood. But you don't even know what kind of Negro, what power was instilled in you through legislation, in legislation now or then. But you all mad because you got people homeless on the street. You don't see no Jews on the street homeless. I'm in LA, 80% of these Negroes is homeless. I don't see no Mexicans homeless. Are they out there? Probably, but not many. I don't see that many other people but Black and white people homeless. The rest of the Mexicans and Hispanics and El Salvador, they take care of their people. They tell them to go get a free check and get fake Social Security cards and dig up a dead. They give them all the hookup through governmental program through Lyndon B. Johnson, who stifled America and implanted ideas for other cultures of people to come here and take America advantage of freebies and replace the Black American family. But again, I'll wait. Y'all so caught up in the entertainment, brothers who instead of crying like babies, like betas on boys on TV, that brother quick to tell you, I knew his stats. I knew how many how many rounds. I don't play basketball or watch it, so I know I'm going to say the terms wrong, but just go with me. I watched him through the fourth quarter, and he made so many passes, so many rebounds, so many. You know how you brothers be talking? If I go to that same Negro, say, Negro, do you know about hedge funds? Are you familiar with the latest stocks right now? What is the best trade to do? Are you know what the next up-and-coming tech company? How are you moving your numbers? You got all that data of basketball in your vernacular, in your conversations, in your talk among other men as you smoke your damn cigars, but yet you don't know what the current trade and the current market status is right now. You don't know what the interest rates on properties and investment properties are going now. You don't know what the gold market and gold standards are, the diamond standards, the oil value standards. You can learn easily online. Oh, that's right. You Black. You can't do that because you Black. The white man disposition you. The white man. I'll wait. Black women. You just sit back and had this Black man and you done watched him, made him dinner. You got your girlfriends and everybody watching the game. You ain't no different. I ain't giving you no pass. I ain't get because you hounding on him, but instead of hounding on him, you should sit back and say, let me ask you, why have we not sat down as a family instead of being pro-Black woman, pro-Black man, and say pro-Black family? Because if you want to scare some white people, say Black family and move like a family and go to events like a family. They will look you up and down saying, oh my God, look at this Black family. Look at this Black family. That doesn't make them be one first, though. It doesn't? No. It doesn't make them be one first because the mother and the father and the family invest into these children and they're not creating lineage wealth. That's part 3. The part 3 is the lineage and the wealth that comes with it. But if you're not teaching them to invest back into the community so that you can pass down lineage wealth to help somebody else, how can we grow our community when we don't own businesses? If I own a cleaners and I need to hire 5 people, the Mexicans hire only Mexicans. We don't hire only Blacks. We give the jobs to the Mexicans. If I open up a liquor store or a weed shop, they hire their own people. And they might buy and hire one of you all just to pander you. They love pandering Black people. Why are we the panders? Why are we the one that everybody panders over and steps over? Because we allow it. In the meantime, you die And they give that generational wealth to everybody else. Los Angeles, California, 1980. Yee's Chinese food. Y'all know who I'm talking about, those in LA. Yee's Chinese food on, not like, where's that? Oh my God. Anyway, look it up. Chinese restaurant off of Slauson. Okay. They were on the other side. They were a small location. This little Chinese man, all the black people loved the food. They would eat it. He was making good money, didn't own the building. Later on, the building across the street on the corner came for sale. Then you saw a bigger Yee's Chinese food. And you go, oh my God, Yee's grew. And then all the black people ate up in there. He came from China, bought that building, made a big Chinese restaurant. When you walked inside this Chinese restaurant in LA, Yee's Chinese food off of Slauson. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Listen, let's go with me. I want you to listen, because I'm telling you how these Chinese people came in our community over the years. Fast forward in the 90s, he bought the building. Fast forward late 90s, it's doing well. Fast forward early 2000, he's getting older. He's getting older. He don't like them Negroes anyway. You know why? Plexiglass is set up to get your Chinese food. Plexiglass. Like if you at a bulletproof bank in LA, they put all that plexiglass coming in the late 80s, early 90s, and we didn't say nothing. Why in our neighborhood you got plexiglass thick enough that if you beat on it, you hurt your hand. It wouldn't even thump. It wouldn't ever move. And then he would have that turnstile, like when you would drive up at a drive-through and they would turn that money around and pass it through in the neighborhood, treating you like a ghetto thug. But we eating all the Yee's Chinese food. I drove by the other day. Y'all know they sell that building? I didn't even know it came up. I'm a realtor. I'm like, why did they sell that business? They sold it to some Italian people or either another Chinese person. They sold that generational wealth to another person other than black people in the black community. But we made that Chinese man wealthy, eating that Chinese food. Y'all service and pander to all these other cultures of food, and they acting like they're your friend. And then when the end, the generational wealth that you implanted in that business did not go in a lineage movement format. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if that would have been a black restaurant, it didn't have to be soul food, just American food, and then pass it on. We own the land, and the people working there have a job, and the children's children have a job. How many of you guys watch Drivers Dine In and Diners? And you find out that this was my father's restaurant in Philly, and he had a sandwich, and then my great-great-grandfather did it, and his father. They got 3 generations owning money, and they taught all those kids, and they got at least maybe 100,000 a month coming in. They make it maybe $1 million, $2 million, maybe $5 million. They didn't give you the number stats, but it was good enough that their family knew when they gave birth to that child was going to be generational wealth for them. That's what Kobe's parents were assuming they did. But they did not teach him to remember to leave the door unlocked for them. He became part of the Mimi movement. He did not think about the past. He thought about himself. Are you doing the same thing? Because if you're not instilling foundational truths, you're going to fail. Let me give you 2 more examples because I got to show you this. I thought about this the other day. These are a couple other YouTubers that I love. And this is regarding, again, be first, us first. This one is Chronicles. And she's talking about what P. Diddy just did.
Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicles Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes. Okay.
Now, I'm a 90s baby for real, and when I think of the 90s era, I think of the big bubble coats, music videos always being lit, and Bad Boy coming out to play. Now, if you rock with Bad Boys, you remember Biggie, Mace, Puffy, Lil' Kim, Faith, Junior Mafia, Total. Child, they were all lit. Well, fellow Bad Boy artist Mace is standing up to his ex-Bad Boy boss, Sean P. Diddy Combs. Now, y'all remember Diddy was all in the studio, all in the videos, dancing.
Any artist out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
And from what the streets say, when it comes to any artist that he always dealt with, their money was never right. And former bad boy artist Mace, who was once an artist, then turned pastor, and it seems like turned into an artist again, is now putting Mr. Diddy on Front Street. Now, a lot of you may be wondering, why is he just now, after all of these years, deciding to voice his grievances on Diddy? The reason being is that recently at the 2020 Grammy Awards, Diddy decided to speak up on how artists are being mistreated by these labels, more so how they do the people in the Black community. What he failed to mention was that he was one of the people that was mistreating the Black people and the Black community. Listen to this.
So I say this with love to the Grammys, because you really need to know this. Every year, y'all be killing us, man. Man, I'm talking about the pain. I'm speaking for all the artists here, the producers, the executives, the amount of time that it takes to make these records, to pour your heart out into it, and you just want an even playing field. In the great words of Erykah Badu, we are artists and we are sensitive about our. We are passionate. For most of us, this is all we got. This is our only hope. Truth be told, hip hop has never been respected by the Grammys. Black music has never been respected by the Grammys to the point that it should be. So right now, this current situation, it's not a revelation. This thing been going on. And it's not just going on in music, it's going on in film, it's going on in sports, it's going on around the world. And for years, we've allowed institutions that have never had our best interests at heart to judge us. And that stops right now.
Child, I have so much to say about that speech.
I'm going to stop right there because she's going to tell you her opinion, but I want to cut in right here. I want you to understand something. Y'all know how much Diddy is worth? You know this nigga been playing games on how many people. And he done made money off of so many people because Mace just called him out. And she going to tell you the Black people are calling his ass out. But this is the game that Black people in the industry, we're talking about B1 first. This is a me B1. The reason why it's a me B1 is because as he was making his money, it was still about him making his money. But this is the distraction. It's because of the white man we can't get ahead. White people never recognize him. White people recognize black people in the Grammys forever. I used to work for the Grammys when I was 19. When I was 19, I was a reception for the Grammys. No, I'll take that back. I was older. I was 21 or 20. And I worked for them 2 to 3 years. The Grammys. I used to work for the Grammys. I was a young girl working for the Grammys, and the Grammys always honored a lot of the Black blues players and jazz players. And I think the first rap artist to win a Grammy actually was Will Smith. I think it was Summertime. I'm not sure. Somebody quote me on that one, but I think Will Smith was the first Grammy winner. Okay. But he don't feel that the white people respect you white people. It's the drunk monkey syndrome. It's easy to shuck and jive and pass blame on everybody else. But what about what you're doing? Are you B1 first? Are you really trying to promote lineage? Because this man is in a position in the music industry to help other Black artists to create lineage wealth. But what happened?
The minute he got this itch out of nowhere on the right side of his face, the minute he mentioned the Grammys doing Black people wrong, that right there got my spidey senses tingling, but I won't even go into it because I ain't got no time for them people to be knocking on my door. But I see, yes, we see each other, honey. So Mace took to Instagram and he first reposted a tweet from fellow rapper Meek Mill that said this: "What's up with all these different race men got all these young Black kids enslaved? Contracts in the music business. Come get with us. You need help fixing your situation. Hashtag DC. Hashtag Rock Nation. It's literally stealing. Now we found something we can get rich off." Underneath that post, May said this. Y'all hear this shade, honey. At Diddy, I heard your Grammy speech about how you are now for the artist and about how the artist must take back control. So I will be the first to take that initiative. Also, before we ask of other ethnicities to do us right, we should do us as Black people better.
Stop right there. Before you start talking about white people, what they should be doing for us. Nigga, I want to know one thing, bruh. I'm going to break it down from the street version. Nigga, why you ain't helping us first? Why you can't take care of your own first? Before you start talking all about the white man, you sound like them old Negroes. Well, you know, the white man, he did this to us. And the white man, in the meantime, you got a leg up. You part of that black 1%er. There's a lot of these black 1%ers. But they now promoting the fact that they are disabled. We crippled, man. He's scratching his face, man. They ain't treating us right. Negro, you ain't missing no crumbs. You ain't missing no crumbs, but you making everybody else eat them.
Especially the creators. I heard you loud and clear when you said that you are now for the art.
Hold on, family. I got to reboot it.
By the Grammys.
And clear when you said that you are now for the artist. And to that, my response is, if you want to see change, you can make a change today by starting with yourself. Your past business practices knowingly has continued purposely starved your artist and been extreme.
Hold on. Nigga, you done starve. He said you done practice business practice known to starve your artists and been extremely unfair to the very same artists that helped you obtain the Icon Award and on the Bad Boy label. Is that black first? Is that black family first? No, it's not about the family. It's about Mimi. That's the same man that didn't marry Kim and she woke up dead in the bed by herself. Now, is that some strange shit? This woman had all these babies by you, black, and you out with all these little mixed up looking girls. But the black woman had all these babies by you, and then you crying telling me she was the love of your life. But then you keep her on a leash with a little bit of money. With a little bit of money, she woke up by herself, and now Mace is going after you. Y'all, we need to understand these people who we idolize, who talk about black family first. Are you guys like this man when you get a little bit of coins in your pocket, and he's got a lot of them, and you don't want to cut off for the people who got you there?
Extremely unfair to the very same artists that helped you obtain the Icon Award on the iconic Bad Boy label. For example, you still got my publishing from 24 years ago, in which you gave me $20,000, which makes me never want to work with you, as any artist wouldn't after you know someone is robbing you and tarnishing your name when you don't want to comply with his horrendous business model. However, people would ask, what's up with Mace? So I would be forced to still perform to not look crazy when I was getting peanuts and the robbery would continue. So many great moments in people's lives and music were lost. But again, I rode with you in the face of death without flinching, and you still wouldn't do right. I never said anything because I wanted to wait until I was financially great so I could ensure that I was addressing this from a pure place and not out of spite. To add insult, you keep screaming black excellence and love. But I know love isn't free. So I offered you $2 million in cash just a few days ago to sell me back my publishing as his.
I offered you $2 million a few days ago before you got on here crying about white people did us wrong. I'm offering you $2 million, Negro, just to give me back what? My dues. Give me back my rights to my music. Why? Because it creates lineage for my children. I need to get paid on my songs to create lineage for my children. Generational wealth, long-term money that can make money while you're sleeping. We ain't talking about that. We too busy talking about the stats of Kobe's and all these basketball players. Got these black men crying. We don't have B1 first mindsets of wealth, people. But here's Mace leaving the low on a brother who could done that for other family members. Instead, he pipped all these people. Now this shit coming back to hunt him. And now he got the audacity to cry about how the white man did this to you. Not me, I'm P. Diddy. It's the white man. And then the black people, but what happened to be man? Be first. Black family first. This is part of your family. This is an extended of your legacy, your bad boy legacy. I'm trying to make you see different aspirations. We talked about Kobe's family, be one. Now we're talking about the music industry. You understand where I'm going with this? I know this video in this section I'm getting ready to leave. Chronicles is amazing. I love her. She's fabulous. Make sure you follow her. At the end of my video, I'm going to show a link, but I need to finish this part.
Biggest artists alive that always show you respect for giving me an opportunity at 19 years old. Your response was, if I can offer what the European guy offered him, and that would be the only way I can get it back, or else I can wait until I'm 50 years old and it will.
Now, I'm going to stop in 1 second. He pimped him and he said, I was 19 years old. I didn't know. I'm 50 years old now. And I started looking at that one song. Y'all remember that movie that Vivica Fox was in, from How Do Fools Fall in Love? And I think a couple other sisters were in it. And it was 3 black women that had married that man and he died. But that song grew to make millions per year. And that song's residuals were just piling up, and somebody wanted those song rights. And all 3 of those women were suing. I think the woman that ended up getting it was his first wife. Not his last wife. It was the original first wife that ended up with the song rights after court was battled. But guess what? Out of everything that he did, that one song changed his life. That's what happened with this man. Out of everything he did, his biggest yield was when he was 19. And all he's asking P. Diddy to do is say, look, you got a lot of money. Just sign that song back, because it's creating residuals that you don't really need the money. You got other money. I want to get my own goods back. Let me just pay you for it. P. Diddy said, oh, it's my song. Nigga, it's not yours. I was 19. Yes, I was old enough to sign a contract. But see, this is selfishness. This is locking the door like Kobe did on his black family. P. Diddy locks the door on young black family members. And then he gets into that Mimi mode. And then he cries about it's the white man. It's not the black people and all those black wealthy elite #1 Negroes sitting in the audience clapping him like he did. That's right. They don't treat us right. What they know about not being treated right? They ain't cold on the street. They ain't up there trying to create foundations for the black community so we can create businesses, because we need money to start businesses. We need money so we can hire each other. We don't just need checks to give back to the Chinese man and the weave man and the weed man, the Arab and the Jews who come and set up weed shops. We went from chicken dinners to churches, all up in black communities and liquor stores. Now we got weed stores, all up medicinal stores, all up down Crenshaw Boulevard now. Ain't y'all waking up to this madness? And then we blame the white man. You need to look at yourself in the mirror, man in the mirror.
Revert back to from when I was 19 years old. You bought it for about $20,000 and I offered you $2 million in cash. This is not black excellence at all. When our own race is enslaving us, it's about us owning. It can't be about us owning each other. No more hiding behind love. You change, give the artists back their money so they can take care of their families.
That's why a lot of times, even like with Puff and different people, at one time I told Puff, if you want me to go with you anywhere, I need you to go up to the station and I need you to apologize for some of the things you said, because when you put a perception out there about me, that perception don't go away. So then I'm standing by you dancing and people are looking like, Puff just said this about him. Why is he with him? So a lot of things I've done just to be the bigger person. Like I did the Bad Boy Tour. I did the Bad Boy Tour to be the bigger person. No matter what money they gave me, it wasn't what I was worth. The Bad Boy Tour, it wouldn't have been the same if I didn't walk on that stage. But I did that for the fans. So for 20 years, I've been taking the shorter end of everything to just make things go the way they needed to go. If you think about even, doing music with Puff, a lot of the songs I came to Puff with those songs.
Done.
People, they never give me credit for that. All my awards went to Puff. I wrote all those songs.
More money, more problems.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's some deep stuff right there, family. Let me tell you something. When you feel like your life has been raided and taken away from you like this brother was, y'all, shout out to Chronicles Speak. I'm gonna put the link below, and y'all can watch this on your own time because I got a couple more videos, and then I know I'm going long, but I've got to break this down about B1 first. I got to break it down because if we don't understand that these people are stealing from each other, black people, wealthy black people, that I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. You see how that nigga treated that other nigga? And then they gonna blame the white man. You cannot blame your white cousin for your own endowment, your own self-desperation, your own self putting down. This man was about me, black. He was BMM1. Somebody put in the chat room BMM1. That's a black MM1. That's a black me. P. Diddy is a black me. So was Kobe Bryant. They were not BF1. And we cannot be black man first and be black woman first. We have to move as a family. If we're not going to move as a family, we're going to fail. But we're dealing with black memes. P. Diddy is about me. And now all these other artists are saying, no, you ain't going to go in national news and talking about, white men. That's like them old niggas, right? The white man, he did this to us and we can't get ahead. But yet we got other people out there that learn the game, make the coins, get the long-term residuals. And what do they end up doing? Keeping the coins and then ignoring you. And they say, come on over here, nigga, sing with me, shuck and jive. And then I'm going to talk about you like a piece of shit. I didn't do this for Pete. I didn't do this for him. I did this for my fans. May said, I did this for my fans. I wrote the songs for Biggie and all them. I didn't even get paid. He got paid. That's a pimp. That's a pure capitalist. And what's his name? Michael Dyson, whatever that nigga's name is. He was he was in LA promoting his new books, The Philosophy of Jay-Z or something. I ain't gonna get the title right. I said, let me get this straight, nigga. As old as your ass is, why are you glorifying and making this man a god? He's a philosophist. And let us talk about the populist and the cut about the populist. What is with all these rhyming old niggas? Somebody tell me between him and Jesse Jackson, like you guys can't just talk like normal people, the King's English, and the live and blah, 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 and we got to promote Jay-Z. Last time I looked, Jay-Z ain't even hurting. Jay-Z's buying NFL teams and shit. That's a pure capitalist. But we need to listen to his words of wisdom and break them down. I ain't listening to that nigga. He got money. It's just simple. Got money, buy goods. What more do you need to know? He's not out there teaching how to do financial managing. He is hiring people because he has the money for it. He's got accountants. He's got investors. He's got agents. He's got people telling him where to put his money. But where's the black man at? He's still crying over Kobe Bryant's death. Where's the black man at? He's too busy pimping other artists out of their songs when they're young, when they dumb. You young, you dumb. I took away your rights and your lineage, your long leveraged lineage for your family, nigga. I took it away. That's what P. Diddy did. He was a me. He was a me. And now look at this. We all want to give tribute and honor to all these dead people, or these people who did not sit back, what you said, Michael Worth, who did not sit back and help people because they so into themselves. They're the I people. It's all about me. It's not about you. It's all about me. I got another one I'm going to tell you. There's another B situation. I'm going to go to the black women. Yeah, I've been playing with the black brothers. I got one for the black women. You black women, you got issues. You done got into the Me Too movement, the liberation celebration women, the women that don't need a man. I don't need no man. You're going to hang up with these white women telling you they don't need a white man. I said, yeah, but ain't your father white, bitch? Crazy white women. All white women are crazy. They're your cousins. That's why you ADOS. You are a descendant of slaves. You are a black colonist. So before you start throwing stones at white people, you are more related to white people than Mexicans and Italians and all. That's when President Trump said the Mexicans, the Italians, he says the Mexicans and the Asians and the blacks. No, don't put me with them crazy people. I am not in conjunction with those people. Those people can go back home. I, on the other hand, am a child of the colonists. Every Negro beam of what you had me here for, you have beat it out of me. I don't even know what tribe I came from. And I cannot go back home and ask for a check. I can't go back to my tribe to restart my business. I can't go back to my country and ask my family members to help me build generational wealth in this country. I got to start from scratch with no bread, no butter, no flour, no yeast. I got to create all that shit from scratch. No sugar, no salt. You all understand what I'm saying? So before you feel guilty, this is the mind games that we are dealing with. But you Black women, you got caught up in all that. Black women are tied to another group. They are, write this down. They are the B, A, B, C, D, F family. F1. A, B, C, D, F1. Somebody type that in the chat room. Does not, who knows what that means? What does that mean? A, B, C, D, B, A, B, C, D, F1. B, A, B, C, D, F1. Y'all know them ABCD people. We got to help our children understand the ABC people. We must give our children to the ABCD people and help them understand it's cool, it's all right, it's acceptable. Now, these are the foundation roots that are being instilled in our lives. This is what Black people are doing. And I want to ask you, what's wrong with these niggas? That's what I want to know, because they ain't talking about Black first. They ain't talking about lineage wealth. They thinking about themselves, and then now they're filtrated with these ABCD people. But let me not get too off subject. Let me show you what I mean, because y'all be thinking I'm making this shit up. I'm not.
So let's get into this Alicia Keys and her son in case you missed it. Basically, he's only 4, but he was at the nail salon with his mother, so she asked him if he wanted his nails done and what color did he want them painted. And he said the rainbow colors, and after getting his rainbow nails, he doubled back because even though he's only 4, like I said, he knows that he'd get judged by society the moment anyone saw him rocking colorful rainbow nails at that age.
I went to the nail salon with Genesis. He's in the chair and he's like, I want rainbow. So he tells the lady that he wants rainbow colors on his nails. And she brings all of these colors and she paints each nail a different color. And after he painted his nails, he looked at me and said, Mommy, I don't want this on my nails. And I was like, why? You were so sure you're good. And he was like, people are not gonna like you.
Now he 4 years old. Don't tell me that these little kids today ain't got no sense. 6 cents. Listen to this whole story. She's taking her son to the nail shop. Her 4-year-old son, to the nail shop. Black first. We're talking about generational wealth. We're talking about how generational wealth starts with the mind, starts with the foundation. Because if your son is in Italy and France and all these other countries and all these other people, what are they saying to you? Now you have some self-hatred going on. What is she instilling into her son's mind, taking her son to the nail shop? And he says, I want all these different colors. I think she's ad-libbing on that one. He says, oh yeah, I like colors. I'm a little kid. I'm 4 years old. So the lady does his nails. She said, I'll do your son's nail.
Can you believe this? 4 years old. He's 4.
Let me say this again.
He's like, people are not gonna like you.
He said, people are not gonna like us. Listen.
Rainbow colors on his nails. And she brings all of these colors and she paints each nail a different color. And after he painted his nails, he looked at me and said, Mommy, I don't want this on my nails. And I was like, why?
He said, Mommy,
you're so sure you're good.
He said, Mommy, I don't want this on my nails. He 4 years old saying, bitch, you crazy. Take this shit off my nails. He 4 years old. Don't underestimate a 4-year-old, people. Don't underestimate a 4-year-old because they're impressible. You can impress on that child. That's why you got these crazy white people. And if you Black doing this, you stupid. I'm going to call you out. You stupid. Taking your child to the library, letting these transgender pedophilia people play with your child and do story time with more makeup than a drag queen or a woman would ever wear. And you got your child at a library with drag queen. Black people don't do that. Wake up. If this is Black people watching, Black people, we do not do that kind of shit. We don't do that kind of shit. But you're going to do that and then wonder why your child got some ding, 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 ding. Got some ding, dings going on. She got ding issues anyway, but that's a whole nother story. But listen to this. I got you. I need you to absorb the fact that the 4-year-old had more brains than a grown ass adult.
He did his nails. He looked at me and said, "Mommy, I don't want this on my nails." And I was like, "Why? You were so sure you're good." And he was like, "People are not gonna like you." Can you believe this? 4 years old. He's 4. And he already understands the concept that someone's going to judge him because he chose rainbow color on his nails. And I told him, why? Nobody's going to judge it. They're going to love it. It's so cool. Like, look how creative you are. Look how amazing. You have this idea. Stick with it. You chose it. You liked it. You do it. Who cares what anybody else says? And so I said, plus, a lot of guys paint their nails. This is not like some strange thing that you only do. He was like, really? I was like, yeah, so many.
Gotta stop right there. See how people plant seeds? He's already knowing this ain't even right. Oh, no. You're thinking wrong. I know I'm thinking right. He innately was thinking right. God has put good in the child. God talks about how children have more wisdom sometimes than these parents. She's twisted this boy's head. He gonna have some issues. You know why? Because she told him, men polish their nails. No, they don't. Alphas don't polish their nails. Beta boys, the B F1 do, not fat black family. Just the B guys do. But this is not. This is the B, ABCD, F1 child. That's what kind of foundation. She's got him in the ABCD group, and he's asked not to do that. Please take this off. But no, she says, no, keep it on. Keep it on because it's cool. It's beautiful. Now, it's his mother. Why would she lie to me? Now he's got that spirit of God, that innate spirit he's been listening to. It's been told to shut up and listen to me, your mother. What is cool and what's not? Who's going to be liable to God for that? She will. Taking that child down that crazy ass ABCD route.
Some strange thing that you only do. He was creative you are. Look how amazing. You had this idea. Stick with it. You chose it. Years old. He's 4. And he already understands the concept that someone's going to judge him because he chose rainbow color on his nails. And I told him, why? Nobody's going to judge it. They're going to love it.
No, she lying. He's already 4 years. He knows people will judge him. And then she says, no, nobody's going to judge you. Bitch, everybody's judging you. You went on this whole rant about, I'm not going to wear any makeup. I decided to be plain and keep my skin dry and not wear any lipstick and look crusty. And I'm in the entertainment industry, and I know this whole industry is about look and glamour, but I want to show the world you don't have to wear no makeup. You can be rich like me. I don't need to wear makeup because I'm wealthy. But the rest of you folks, you might want to put a little skincare on. She didn't promote skincare. She's just promoting no makeup. And that's all about looks. They talk about judging. You telling other people that don't judge you. You've always promoted judging. Now you're going to tell your son people ain't judging him. Again, this goes to black family. We are not talking about weak stuff on stupid stuff. A little black boy being told to get his nails done.
It is so cool. Like, look how creative
it's
you are.
Cool, she said.
You have this idea. Stick with it. You chose it. You liked it. You do it. Who cares what anybody else says? And so I said, plus, a lot of guys paint their nails. This is not like some strange thing that you only do. He was like, really? I was like, yeah, so many. And that made him feel better. But it just got me thinking.
She said, it made him feel better because I explained to him. See, these people in the entertainment industry, you guys be idolizing these people. They got some tick-ticks. She got a tick-tick. P. Diddy got a tick-tick. And none of these people are going to get any generational wealth into the black community because needless to say, she's driving her own child towards the ABCD group. And that ABCD group is not going to put black family first. That is going to be his family. And if he does decide to go that route, guess what? She'll be glad because she'll say, like Gabrielle Union, I'm so proud my 9-year-old is part of the ABCD group. Do you know anybody wants a child in the ADC? They lying. I'll wait. And then don't come on this channel talking to me about your sexual preference lifestyle, pedophilias, playing with little kids, little 4-year-old kids, promoting pedophilias. Because all it is a sexual preference, which I don't care who you sleep with. I don't care what fur pie you eat or what dick you suck. I don't give a rat's ass. But what I do care about is that you make that your whole premise of everything in your life. And so every time you talk to these ABCDF people, it's all about their rights and who they are, and I'm free, and I want everybody to know. I don't want to know what sniff pie you eat. I do not want to know how long the sausages you like. I do not want to know because I don't give a rat's ass. I want to talk about generational wealth so that we are not on the verge of extinction like we are. Because the more ABCD people we support, the less of our own personal lineage will exist. The more we forget about the fact that the white people have allowed Planned Parenthood in our communities, these black girls aren't having children, and these black men ain't screwing black women, we got a problem. But we got the mothers promoting a lineage ending, an exit. Because if all your children become part of the ABCD group, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And then they don't want to have children. Or they say, you know what? I'll have whatever his children. He might be the bottom boy. Is he going to be the bottom boy or the top boy? I ain't trying to be mean. Why would you promote your 4-year-old child to wear nail polish?
And how completely judged we are all the time. The way I see it is that there is masculine and there's feminine energies inside of us all, and that's period. That's just how it is.
Now she's promoting the male and the female energies. You have to understand you have a female energy in you. Now, I told you, tick, 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 tick. If you got normal black parents, I grant you this girl's mixed. I know she's white. That's another story. Is your mother white or black? Because the mixed kids who got a black mother seem to be the one that makes sure that child remembers being black. But the one, when you get these mixed kids and the mother's white, that's a scratch on the wall. That's a scratch on the wall. Halle Berry, this chick. I think Mariah Carey's mother's even white. But if you get the ones with the mother is black, that's a different kind of scratch on the wall. But that's a whole nother conversation. But going back to this chick, who's going to promote female energy in their son? That is some strange piece of coffee, a brew, a tea that you done whipped up from the voodoo doll, ABCD voodoo doll lady. And then you wonder in the future why your child has all these strange things going on, aka Magic Johnson. Yeah, when I saw his son in that negligee, I was like, damn. I know that nigga gay, but damn. That's how I'm telling you. You think he's promoting generational wealth when your son is flying around with Versace purses? These entertainment people, they are not black family first. Y'all need to start studying this method that I'm teaching you tonight. And then you start finding all these celebrities and you tell me if you think they'd be one first.
And it gets concerning to me that we can't just explore these different sides of ourselves, these different energies that are within us. And even for me, myself, I oftentimes express the masculine energy that's inside of me.
Wait. She expressed the oh my God. I can't take it no more. I'm going to put the link on the bottom. I'm going to cut her off because I'm done now. These people have their own philosophy to life and living, and ain't none of us relating to them. Honey, ain't nobody black relating to you. Boo-boo. Next. Ain't nobody relating to all that craziness. Because we all know at the end of the yellow brick road, you ain't going to see the Wiz. You're going to need the wizard to lay hands on you and your child and your family in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. I pray for that woman. Because, see, some people get blessed with children and they do wrong by them. And then they wonder why they on the tick list. I'm sorry. I got to keep it right. I got to keep it 100. I got to keep it 100. Some of y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear the real truth. Some of y'all said she messing with the witches and demons. I don't know what the girl's messing with. I know one thing. I don't play with children because they're a gift from God. And if God has blessed us with children and God has known that we need to get our lives right, we need to do right by those children. But let's say you do what Kobe parents, these two parents right here. Again, that's what this conversation is about. And I wanted to show you different viewpoints. What P. Diddy is doing in the black community, what Alicia Keys is doing in the black community, it still regards to be one first. Do you see longevity wealth from any of these actors and celebrities? I'm going to give you another one. Let me look up. I'm going to give you one more. I looked up. I said, what the hell is this nigga talking about? Dave Chappelle. Y'all know Dave Chappelle? Dave Chappelle is promoting that guy to run for office, that Asian guy. He wants to support the Asian guy. We're going to support the Asian guy. Who is this nigga now? I thought he cared about the black community. But no, Dave Chappelle now is saying, again, we're talking about black wealth, generational black wealth. Dave Chappelle now is telling us that we as black people need to support this Asian guy. Where that thing go? That Asian guy who basically, here we go, is running for president of the United States. Here we go.
Okay, good question. The first time I heard Andrew Yang, a friend of mine, I called a friend of mine after the first debates, one of the early debates. I said, I didn't see the debate. I said, who did you like? He said, I like the Chinese guy. I thought he was joking. And he told me about Andrew Yang. It was the first time I heard of him. Months later, when my special was coming out, Andrew posted something on Twitter saying, oh, I like Dave Chappelle, he's one of my favorite comedians. And a bunch of my friends told me about him. I'm like, oh, yeah, I heard of this guy. It just so happened that week, one of my neighbors had given me his book. I was on a flight, I read the book, couldn't believe what I read. So I had my wife reach out to his campaign. They vetted me, they called me back, and we ended up meeting in LA before he went to a debate in Long Beach. We were only supposed to meet for a few minutes, but we ended up connecting. We talked for quite some time, and I found him to be something that's real hard to be as a candidate. He was inspiring. His narrative and the courage it took for him to be like the first Asian American to make a real go of a presidential race, and I believed him.
He's inspiring. He's inspired by an Asian man. Now, we are in a crisis right now, Dave Chappelle. I don't know if you know this, but black people are on the verge of extinction. Black men are incarcerated. We're down to 6% blacks in California since you met him in LA. Why is Dave Chappelle not B1 first? Before I go back, I need you to get that in the chat room. I want everybody to tell me why Dave Chappelle is not B1 first. We know why. The women do. I bet you the women get this answer faster than the men. Let me keep going.
I was like, yo, this could happen, this could work, and I love this platform. What do I like about this platform? Okay, I don't know if you guys seen it. There's a movie called American Factory that my neighbors made. The people who made that film live close to me, and the factory that they speak about in the film is not far from my home. And it tells a real important story of what's happening in Dayton, Ohio. Dayton, Ohio has like a third of the people there living below the poverty line.
Now he's speaking about all the other people in the country. Why is this man not talking about black community? Because it's not priority in his life. Why? Because in his household, do you think they talk about B1 first? I'll wait. He's not talking about black issues, black poverty. So do you think his children are getting the lessons of black knowledge and worth? See, y'all want to know why these people have these children that turn against them, and that children don't create black generational wealth and don't talk about black communities and black activism and foundations and LLCs and S corporations, because listen to him talk. We all love Dave Chappelle. He's a great comic, but you have a platform, brother, and you owe us something. We helped you get what you got, brother. Then you went and got with the white man, and then you did all the nigga jokes. Nigga, you owe us. You owe us, nigga. Why you ain't come back and say, okay, I got this multi-million-dollar platform. Me and P. Diddy understand the situation. What can we do? No. He talking about we got to support the Asian man and the people in Dakota and all this other stuff.
If you were to take a poll in Dayton and say, what would you rather have, $12,000 a year or health insurance? Everyone's taking the money. Like health insurance is great, but groceries are necessary too.
Now, when did this nigga become a specialist in politics? Nigga, last time I saw you, you were all doped up full of weed and went into a hole. Then they offer you a whole bunch of money and you came out. Everybody come out for money because why? You're a pure capitalist. No tea, no shade. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. I get that. But I'm at a point now, I'm just trying to understand. Somebody talk to me. If we're going to talk about black family first, why is this man not black family first? Y'all know the answer. The women know why. The women know why. We're talking about generational wealth, planting seeds within the community. You're at a level now, you have a big footprint. You have a big footprint. P. Diddy has a big footprint. Alicia Keys has a big footprint. And so did Kobe Bryant. And what did any of those four Negroes do as far as making an advancement for the Black community? You tell me. Because then it becomes about me. Kobe was about me. You can't sell my goods. P. Diddy says, you're not going to get this music back. It's about me. He told Mace no. Alicia Keys said, you're going to wear these nails, even though the kid didn't even feel comfortable. You got to support the ABCDF1 people. Now Dave Chappelle is telling us to vote for an Asian.
And people in Dayton are having a hard time getting the things they need.
He's worried about the people in Dayton. You have to understand, the people in Dayton have a hard time. These poor people in Dayton. Forget about the niggas in South Central freezing outside. Forget about the people in Atlanta and Georgia and all throughout the rest of the country. Over 50% of the ADOS people are homeless. There's no housing. You guys got them big checks. All these people, some people created pods. All this piece of land, you could create a sovereign nation area for you can have a whole development plan put out there for Black people. You ain't done that. You ain't sit back and say, let me contact some realtors or some contact Shirley and say, hey, what do you think I should do with $10 million? You should take some land, brother. Let's get all these people up. We don't have to wait on the federal government. We got you good Negroes with all this damn money, so that we can create generational wealth and create jobs and get these people stable back in their mind. That should be your priority, your lineage, your people. But it ain't. We got to help the Asian. This multi-million-dollar Asian that's throwing crumbs on the table because that's all you worthy of. You are commoditized good trades and service. That's all you are. And now what we are is consumers. So when this Asian man comes to the Black conservatives, he's right. We need to be a consumer more for the Black community. We're not talking about Black people with this man. We're talking about other people.
Imagining what a universal basic income would do for my community, and it would save it almost instantly. You know, we recently suffered, mass shootings and all kinds of everything that happens in the news happens in our backyard in Dayton, the opioid epidemic, all of these things. And I like the idea of giving people choices, putting the money in their hands and giving them the choices.
Our people, what does that mean? See, I like people to be more specific. I'm tired of being an our people. I don't know what that means anymore. I don't know what a minority is. What the hell is that? What people of color? What does that mean? You can't say descendants of slaves. You can't say Black people because you don't want to alienate anybody. You don't want to seem like you are hurting anybody else. So you have to do this inclusiveness and say our people. Well, who is his people? So let's go back to the original question. Who is part of Dave Chappelle's entourage? Who's in his ear? Who sleeps with him at night? I'll wait. I'm going to stop this video here. I will put the link in later on. But someone tell me, who's in Dave Chappelle's bed at night? Oop. Oop. Somebody tell me, who's in Dave Chappelle's bed at night? Do y'all know who Dave Chappelle's wife is? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to help y'all out. I'm helping you understand the real truth of these people who act like they have the right to speak for the voice of the people. I want to help my people. You want to help your people? You want to help your people? How are you going to help your people? How are you going to help your people, Dave? What people are you helping? How are you going to help your people? That's what I want to know. But I want y'all to know something. I want you to know something because birds flock together. They all hang together. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to make a point that you guys need to understand that these people are not ADO. They're not African American first. They're not ADOS. They're not about Black people first. This is his wife. That's his wife right there. That's him and his wife. That's right. She's an Asian woman. And I'm not against Asians. That is why that man support that man for president. Now he can tell you all that other bullshit, but he supports this man. I never knew. I don't know about Asians. This man's running for office. He's Asian. That's his wife. Right there. That's his wife. I'll give you another picture. That's his wife. And he said, he said, I heard about this man. He's Asian. I mean, he's Asian. He's Asian. Y'all didn't know. That's his wife. Right there. That's his wife. Pretty little Asian girl. I don't know what the hell she is, but she's pretty. That's his wife. And you think this man connects to the Black community. He connects to the Black community. I ain't criticizing the swirling. There's Dave. That's Dave. Husband and kids. There's Dave right there. Him and his kid. That's his generational wealth. Do you think these kids are going to talk about Black lineage when they look like her? It's a wrap. This whole situation right here, no tea, no shade. He's a rap because he's already not talking about. He's not giving a clarification. My people. Well, this is his people. This is his people. If that is his people, then what is he talking about? He's right. He's got to help his people. He's got to help the Asian man. See, you really got to dissect these people when they are in this entertainment industry, and you think they got your back. They ain't got your back. They ain't got your back. She's Filipino. Sam says she's Filipino. But this is the point I want you to understand. This is what I'm trying to make clear. This is what I want you to understand. I want you to have a vision. I want you to get a clear understanding that you got people who are part of the Black ABCD group, the Black Mimi group, the Black Asian group, but they're not Black family first. If you don't know how to take the checkerboard and push it aside and take that chessboard and dissect it and instill values of Black people in your community and in your mind and in your children, then you're just wasting your time. Don't watch my video. Go back to the other bullshit videos and watch them damn fucking entertainers who don't give a shit. I'm sick of these entertainers. And by the way, they in trouble, those actors, because the English actors like to play like they one of you. That's a whole nother video. Y'all know what I'm talking about. These new up and coming people from Great Britain. I can speak like the rest of you Negroes. Oh, girl, I didn't know you wasn't Black. What's that girl? The one who plays Cookie? She was on a round table for Vanity Fair. She was talking to another Black girl, didn't know that girl was Black. Didn't know that girl was Black. See, this is what the problem is. You're being replaced in the acting industry. In the singing world. Y'all still stealing from each other with rights. The only thing these singers really have are song rights. Because the voice starts to go. You start sounding like Whitney Houston. Who wants to hear Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey? The best time to hear these people was in their prime. Because when it's over, baby, it is over. Mariah Carey, her voice is done. Whitney Houston is dead. I used to Linda Ronstadt, and I'm dating myself. Linda Ronstadt had an amazing voice. I was a little girl, loved listening to her. Linda Ronstadt can't even sing anymore. Her voice is gone. See, the only thing they do have that could bring residuals, those coins in, is your rights to your song. So when you think you trusted another Black person like Maze did, I'm going to trust another Black person. They're going to create lineage and longevity and residual income. There's no income coming in. Money while you're sleeping. Other people's money. Time that you put in early in your life. Planting those good seeds. Instead, these other people come and rake it from underneath you. Why? Because you weren't conscious. So I want to leave you with some notes to think about. Number one. You need to talk to yourself and your children and your wife and say, let me think about this. Are we moving as a unit? Because all you Black men out there crying about this man's death, you keep in mind, this man did not value his parents. He didn't value his parents. What he did do is he abandoned them. And now look at what happened. Someone says, look at Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, I give you another. Thank you for remembering that one. I'm going to run on that one real quick. I'm going to say this story. Y'all know Tyler Perry built that studio right in Atlanta. Did you know what he did to the writers? Look up this story. Tyler Perry had these writers that wrote for him. He didn't like the way he was writing. They were writing his stories. And he allegedly, again, this is allegedly, because I'm going to say allegedly on all this whole entire video for those who may be watching from the entertainment industry. Allegedly. They did not like the way that the stuff he was being written for. So he fired all of them and not paid him. They sued him. Another Black man that wouldn't pay his own people for their worth. And he had the money. Tyler Perry used to beg us all to go see his plays and support a Black man, because we thought we were putting our coins in him, that he would throw the coins back. Wrong. We get all them movies where Black men are beating Black women. Everybody's a victim. We've been taught to be victimized through Black women and Jews. Andy Kovich with these housewives of Atlanta. All these people are just the image of how we are being taught in our minds, how we spend our energy watching this bullshit when we ain't talking about money. So what happened? Going back to Tyler Perry, those writers sued him. And I don't know if they settled on the court or whatever, but he ended up finding them all. And he said, let me tell you something. I write all my stuff. That sounds like this man could possibly have a nervous breakdown. How can you write all the stuff for that big ass studio and all them plays and all them TV shows and all the movies? That's too much. That's greed. Somebody type in greed. That's some greed. These people are the be me me. They give you the illusion that they helping black people. I did this all for black people. I named this building and that building. Naming people, that does not create generational wealth. You should tell me, Tyler Perry, that you have created foundations, that you are setting up lobbyists, that you're having people to understand what legislation is. That we are creating legislation. We're going to talk about reparations. Ain't going to be no reparations if you guys got a check and you're going to give it back to everybody else like him and P. Diddy. When these people aren't even taking the money that they make and putting it back into the community. When I showed you all the Mexicans and the illegals out there selling on the street, who buys that shit from them people? Themselves. But we too busy tearing each other up or using each other or acting like elitists or paying with the ABCDF with our children. What's wrong with you niggas? So before you keep thinking these people, black people first, you know why his parents ain't getting nothing? Because they created that drunk monkey. And I think they did right. I think they did everything they could to get him to the next level. But something happened when this man turned on his parents. And God wasn't happy. And the scriptures say you're supposed to honor your parents so that you can have long life. So that you can have long life. But if you ain't gonna do right by your parents, you ain't gonna have no long life. You playing with God. Ephesians 6:1 through 2. And 3. Let me play that one for you. Because see, y'all think I'm making this stuff up. I don't care if you're Christian or not. At least these are words of wisdom.
1. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. 2. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise. 3. So that it may go well with you and that you may enjoy long life on the earth.
That you may have long life. Honor them. Despite your differences, be the bigger person. You can't be the bigger person. Kobe couldn't be the bigger person. He had to fight and sue his grandmother. That's some low life shit right there. He sued his grandmother. Why would you sue your grandmother? You sue your grandmother for some coins? You sue your grandmother for some coins? Why would you do that? Because they want to sell your shit? It ain't nothing but stuff. Ain't nothing but stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Ain't nothing but stuff. And then for me, I'm just sit back and go, I just don't understand these black people. I don't understand Negroes like this, that sit back and don't respect what the word of God talks about, that sits back, this man right here, and this article tells you right now, he sued his parents back in 2013 over this. I sued my mother and father and his grandmother. For some bullshit for $450,000. That ain't no money. Your wife's parents were going bankrupt. You let them go ahead and you buy a house for them, and then you don't take care of your own people. That ain't no B1 first. But you got everybody in LA crying over this man. And grant you, he was an amazing player. And the reason why he was amazing for the foundation that was instilled in him from those black people, but those black people did not teach him what he was. See, if you're going to get caught up into the stuff and the hoopla, you got to get down to the foundation of that child. You're a Negro. I'm a celebrity. I'm so-and-so. No. Because in the end, that's what you are. And you start out that way. You don't have longevity wealth. And if you do, it ain't going to be black. Look at Will Smith's kids. They are all over the place and all kind of stuff. And they act like they're philosophers and that they understand who they are. And we have this round table talk and we're the elitist, wealthy blacks in America. Let me ask you, boy, have you ever seen them really talk about black people stuff? Things that black people, I'm talking about the hood, the suffrage, and the homeless, and they talk about let's create a foundational wealth. But we're going to boycott the Oscars. Why? Because we got money. We at a level now we can say something that doesn't matter if you don't want us to hire our family. But you need to show some more action and tell my boycotting like P. Diddy telling the Grammys, y'all need to get it together. You people need to get together and start putting money back into our communities. You people need to get together and sit down with some of us and approach government and stop talking about let's vote for Democrats and let's vote for Republicans. You need to vote for people that are going to better your community like the rest of these people do. The Jews have a foundation. We don't. We talk about educate. We the most educated people. I keep being redundant because I need to instill for you guys to understand just the basics of where I'm going with this. Because if you write these little notes down and you get this in your head, you can move forward, but you ain't going to move forward. You're not. You're not. Let me look at some. I talked about Tyler Perry. I want to thank you guys so much. I know some of you guys have made donations, and I have not forgotten, but I want to thank the two brothers who made the donations, because it means a lot to me that you guys are out there making money, making donations, and trying to make a difference in the community, trying to make a difference and putting your time in. I know this video, I have been talking a lot, but I wanted you to understand all these celebrities don't make a difference in our life. We do. And they all want to tell you their opinions and their ideas and their plans. We have to make our own plans. We have to understand, if you're going to cross-pollinate with other cultures of people in your family, I ain't got a problem if you marry outside of your culture, because you're still a descendant of slaves. But what you need to do for your children is not promote a new culture of the ABCD and let them forget they're a Negro. Because in the end, they could run out of money, and then what you going to do? Then what you going to do? Because if we're not going to do that, we're going to fail ourselves. We have to look at the bigger picture, and that's the lineage picture. We have to have conversations with each other. And we have these videos for us to discuss, to understand that if Kobe Bryant would have been right with his parents, he might still been here. But instead, we have a man. This is the only picture. See this picture right here? This is the only picture that we see of Kobe Bryant. That's a shame, of him and his parents. I think it looked cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. I was trying to find another one. But it seems like that is the only one. That's the only one that we see of his parents. But this is all about greed. I'm sorry. This is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people who do not want to remember the foundation of which they come from. And the problem is, when the parents had him in all those foreign lands and all those foreign countries, the Bible says, do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Those people did not believe that they were black. And they told him he wasn't black. And he didn't believe it either. Some people have called it self-hatred. I don't know, because I don't know the man. So I'm not going to make a legendary statement like that. But I will say this. I'm going to cut to the chase. That unless we do better for our own children, you could create a Kobe 2. You might be creating a Kobe 2. That's right. No, I said it. Someone that's going to fight over a little bit of shitty money. And now I didn't hold $2 billion. I didn't hold $500 million. Whatever this nigga's worth, he gonna help the Mexicans, because the Mexicans are celebrate him. The Mexican community are happy. They're running the streets. The Mexicans in LA are sad. And you think, listen to me, and you think that the black people in LA ain't sad. They are sad. But there's more Mexicans happy for him because he communicated with them. He related to them. He left his black family 20 years ago. He might have been gone earlier than that, because when he came back to America, it was over. But I need you to understand that if we are going to move forward, if we are going to have an understanding of our own entity and our own ideologies of where we're going in life, we have to respect the foundational people and our history and start understanding. If I were to ask any of you people right now, do you know what the emancipation is? What does it say? You can say the Pledge of Allegiance. You can say the Pledge of Allegiance easy. We all were trained to that. It's like embedded in us. Like I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under. We can say that like boom, boom, boom. What's your phone number? Where you live? What's your name? You got that embedded in you. If I were to ask you, what does the Emancipation say? I'll wait. You don't know. Do you teach your children that? If I were to ask you, what is the preamble? What does the Constitution say? What does the 13th and 14th Amendment say? What year did the Union pull out of the South that allowed the Union to allow the Dixiecrats and the crazy Southerners to start lynching us? I'll wait. What year did Dr. King die? I'll wait. Who is Frederick Douglass? Who's Sojourner Truth? Who's Washington Carver? I'll wait. What did they do? Why is this important? Because it is part of people, not these children, and even yourself, understanding your worth. Because all these other people keep telling you about their culture and their life and where they come from, where we starved. Vanessa's family was hurting and they were going bankrupt. Okay. Our people were enslaved. Our people built this country. But when you have a child and you took them out of the country, you took them away from America, And you put them around all these other people, because I've noticed with other cultures after living in California as long as I have and being raised and born here, and now we've been filtrated with migration, immigration, and illegal immigration. These cultures of people do not speak in the form that we used to, where people would just greet each other and talk about their lives. They go beyond their lives. They go in and making themselves a victim. We live in a victim mentality of other people, but do we talk about ourselves and our victimhoods? Because if we did, they would back the fuck away and they'd leave you alone. But you can't do that. You can't share your private and your pains, and you just stand there because you don't know what to say. Well, do you? You don't know what it is like to suffer. My grandparents had nothing. They didn't But if you sit back and say in 1619, they brought me here as commoditized good trades and service. Your people, they say, oh no, we're not lazy. We had Washington Carver, we had Harriet Tubman, we had Frederick Douglass, and you start telling them about history and what these people did and the foundation of this country, and they contribute and how they worked with people writing the Constitution. Are you aware of what the Constitution said? Oh, I don't know. I don't care. Well, wait a minute. Let me make this clear. You know, this country was founded by the colonists, right? White people. And the black colonists, like myself, I'm a descendant of slaves. My people founded this country. What did your people do again? Well, you know, I'm from China. Oh, whoa, okay, I know you're from China. Are you going back? Well, no, I like it here. You like it here because of the infrastructure of law which with you live under. That's why you like it here. You get the benefit from every other body else. Well, no, I work hard. I say you didn't work hard. I'm saying that the infrastructure here is better than your country. Do you understand what I'm saying? The laws, the rules, the regulation. They're better than your country. That is why you are here. So before you give me a dissertation of your family and how wonderful your country is, you are living here because of my people. Matter of fact, you get the benefits when they talk about the civil rights. That wasn't but for nobody but black people. Oh, no. Civil rights for everybody. Okay, really? Who helped mend and put that piece of legislation together? Do you know that? I'll wait. Who sit back and worked with people in the urban communities? Black people. There was no Chinese people saying we want civil rights other than black people. But that thing has twisted. And now fast forward, whose fault is that? It's you niggas. You've allowed these foreign people to come here and take your goods. They done locked you out your own damn door. You own the damn house on civil rights. You own the rights regarding being citizens, the 13th, 14th Amendment. And they done locked you out and told you you are unworthy to own your own house. And guess what? I got to partner up with them because you don't know your history. So they make you look stupid. But if you want to cut somebody without cursing them out, cut them with history and knowledge and empowerment. Go to your legislation and start legislators and start demanding for better rights for black people based on what law and what amendment. And all of us putting these notes together and sharing and having conversation of knowledge and empowerment. But if we ain't going to do that, why the hell do you keep talking about reparations? Because reparations is not just about monetary money. Because if you got the money, you're going to go give it to all these other little foreigners who've been able to get checks and businesses built up under their platform and their culture of people. See, money just doesn't come from banks. It comes from families. But when your family has been dismantled by federal government, that's the problem. But you need to have a clarification of your own script in your life with your children so that when they depart from you, you push that reset button and say, nigga, you know why we made you this, right? Why did we want you to be a superstar? To come back and help the people. In the Bible, there's a story about a woman called Esther. Esther was one of the most beautiful women of her town and of her people. But Esther was not of the king's tribe. She was of the peasant type of tribe. And Esther was the most loved and most beautiful woman that the king had ever seen. And he said to her, this woman is fine as hell. I'm giving you a shorter version of this Bible version, and I'm going to give you the Shirley's interpretation of it. Esther had what I call, hang in there with me, listen, the power of the pussy. Now, the power of the pussy is when a woman realizes she's got this power to change a nation of people. Now, Esther knew she had a job and they trained her. The families and the tribes of her tribe people knew that they were enslaved, they were being punished, they were being beat, they were being treated unfairly, and they wanted to be let go. They wanted to be free, but they had to figure out a way to get to this king. But he loved him some Esther. Ooh, Esther was going down on this man. Now, I'm going to tell you the outside version. This is Shirley's Bible version, but y'all look up the story of Esther. Esther, the king loved her so much because she could do everything. She could do no wrong. I personally believe that the women sat down with Esther and said, look, girl, you got the goods. You got nice little tits and ass. All them girls, the king had a lot of different queens, but that was the woman he loved the most. A lot of them women had made love to that king. And they knew exactly which way to love him, how to rub his balls, how to rub his back, how to keep him warm and happy. Ooh, Esther had been trained by the women of everything to do to keep this man salivating over her body and her mind. And she manipulated his mind till he was totally engulfed with him. And they told him, and they told her, when the time comes, you go and you tell him to let us go. Now, let me tell you how dangerous this was for Esther. Because many kings had queens, he cut their heads off. You don't go to the king and ask for nothing. You ain't nothing but the queen. And that doesn't empower you as a queen the way we thinking, meaning that you still ain't nothing but another nigga. But this nigga had to get some skill sets, and she had to listen to some tribal women. Fast forward. The king was so having a good moment. She got him racked rubbed. She put some good oils in that bathtub. She got some good wines off. She put her best negligee on. He said, damn. She is really working my mind. I love this woman. And then one day they were sitting and he said, what do you want? He said, I'll give you anything you want. What do you want, Esther? I love you. I want to just bless you. I want to give you anything you want. She said, I want you to let my people go. He got quiet. Said, what you want me to do? You want to let me slay? You want me to let this culture of people go? She said, yes, I want you to let my people go. Guess what that man did? He let her people go. He let her people go. See, that's what I'm talking about. The power of women over a man's mind. That's the purpose of me telling you that story. So when you think women ain't got the power of the mind, I'm going to tell you what Kiki Green said. Shout out to Kiki Green. Kiki Green said this to me, and she got this right. Kiki Green said that Black women got extra ESPN. We got extra powers. We got like that voodoo power. Something about Black women. Y'all don't know. Black women are powerful women. We some powerful women. Some chocolate women know what they're talking about. Don't mess with no powerful women, honey, because we know what we're talking about. She told that man to let my people go. And guess what he did? So don't you think Vanessa was telling Kobe, you don't need them Black people. We your family. You don't need those people. We your family. That's what Kobe wife was saying. We your family. My mother's our mother. You don't need no mother. Something twisted in that man that he would abandon the foundation. But if we as parents aren't instilling like Esther's family did, you remember, nigga, you one of us. And when the time comes, you gonna get the golden bag. And he gonna offer it to you. You gonna tell him this is what you want. You don't want the bag, you want them to let the people go. So I'm saying to you from biblical stories from back then to now, if you're raising children or nieces or nephews or mentors or spouses or wives, and you're not looking at the bigger picture to put our money together as consumers, not just consumers, but those that know how to be creators and developers and know how to invent ourselves back better into the system, then we are going to continue on the demise of being on the verge of extinction. We are going to continue on the route of being nothing in this country, but something to be stepped upon, you lazy ass niggas. And then we're going to let that, and in the meantime, these 1% Black niggas got their minds all into themselves and playing with the ABCDF people. And we like kids in the cancer. Oh, I love this actor. Oh, I love this singer. Oh, I love watching my housewives from Atlanta. They're so wonderful. They're so wonderful. And they got all these stupid issues. Ain't none of them bitches building nothing. The only housewife woman I liked was Brittany, because she created a Skinny Martini, and then she sold a damn thing for $120 million. That I can respect. All these other little bitches up there bitching and cat fighting. I ain't got time for shit like that. On the man's side, all y'all so busy bragging about the stats. You remember Kobe, you remember Kareem, you remember they got this many hoops and blah, blah, blah. In the meantime, you're suffering financially because you're not sitting down with your queen like Esther did with her king to find a way to better other people's life and not your own. See that be me? That ain't gonna work. You got to think Black family first. And if you can think Black family first, you can do better. But you can't do that. No, you can't do that because the way society has trained you. So if you don't even have the handbook on one-on-one, what kind of Negro are who are listening to me right now, if there's any? What kind of Negroes are you guys out there right now that don't know who you are, where you don't bring to the table, and what you're lacking? Because if everything's a joke, we're going to miss it. We're going to miss it, ADOS people, foundational Black people, because we've been missing it. We have not cut to the facts of the matter. We sit back and let someone else lead the way. But you got to get from behind the screen. You got to get off this computer and you need to show people in your community what they're going through. And these pimp preachers, they ain't helping us either. All they want is chicks. Everybody want money. Money is not enough. We need legislation. You have to show the pain of your power. We are descendants of the colonists. You are the most empowering people on this planet, and you don't even know it. You have turned off your power card, and I want to wake you up to be turning it back on. Turn the damn card back on, and you go in, you learn your own damn history and throw it in these people's face, white, Black, and different. You throw all your history. Go ahead and throw it back in their face. And I'm telling you, you ain't gonna get that far because every time I start talking about Black history, I swear that conversation ends in about 3 minutes. Because they got a little script where you don't understand. I'm from Brazil, and me people come for nothing, and you people. I said, oh, do you know about Black Wall Street? Are you familiar with Rosewood? Are you familiar with the Freedman Bank, the Freedman Bureau Bank, where Black people had stuff, and then the federal government came and took it? Why would they take it? Because they hate us. Because we built this country, and now they're trying to replace us with your people. They replace us with your people. Well, my people are good. If you're so good, why don't you cause a revolution in your own damn country? If you're so good, why are you coming here? You coming here because you get free stuff. You get free stuff because of Lyndon B. Johnson. Are you familiar with Lyndon B. Johnson? Are you familiar with the Great Society and how it's destroyed America? But it empowered you, right? You got empowered. This import-export, you can always go ram back to your country and get a check. You can always go back to your country and get foundational money. I can't do that. Well, you guys should go back to Africa. Why would I go back to Africa when I've never been there? Why would I go back to Africa when I don't even know my language? Do you know that they beat my people? They rape my people? Do you know that they made my aunt and my grandmothers have sex with the biggest man and the smallest Black man to make big babies? Did you know that? No, you didn't know that because you don't understand Black history. Did you know that Black women nursed white babies? Did you know that? You don't know Black history. You don't know Black history. Well, what happened? Because we are always oppressed by the federal government. Now we have the new generation of people from different countries who have come here and think we crazy, think we are less than. But no. We as Black people don't know our own history. So then we don't know how to empower ourselves because I can't wait when they try to challenge me. I didn't study so much. I'm just waiting. And you ain't got to curse nobody out. You ain't got to call them no racial names. You ain't got to talk about their family. You just keep talking Black history. And when I go back to the As You Sees. I said, really? When they start trying to act like they circumvent you, like my people founded California. I said, let me make this clear. We operate under the laws and the legislation of white Americans, honey. You know that, right? Yes, but no, there's no but. Legislation from state, local, and federal. Are you familiar with state, local, and federal? Do you understand how government is ran? Do you understand there's water boards, school boards? Because obviously y'all people do. Y'all run it all in office to restructure the laws. That's why we need better legislators who are focusing on ADOS first. So, see, these people already got a racketeering grape going on. You just got to know who you are as Black people. Understand you need your own racket. And stop fighting with other Black people. You need to sit down and have meetings and watch my videos and dissect this stuff and make it work for you. and start saying, let's talk about having meetings, maybe 5 men and 5 women who are married, and sit down with other black people and say, how much you got? Man, I got about 10,000. How much you got? I got 10. You got 10 people. That's $100,000, right? Or $10,000. I can add it so late at night. Now, if we all got $10,000 and that's 10 people, that's 100,000. Maybe I'm going too high. Let's say you got $1,000 and you got 10 people. Now you got $10,000. What can you do? You ain't gonna buy shit in California, but maybe you might go to the South. You might find some Southern home. You can get on a plane. You can get on Spirit cheap and start looking for investment property. I ain't flying no Spirit. Girl, you crazy. I heard people, I had some cheap ass planes. I need to fly American Airlines. Nigga, you broke. You broke. I'm trying to give you some ideas. You broke. Get on a plane, travel, and learn other parts of America that's cheaper and own something. Make sure you create something with cash flow. You could pick up maybe for $10,000, you could put that money down and purchase under LLC with a personal guarantor on your team and go purchase some units with cash flow. Get some cash flow. You know there's enough YouTube videos with black people telling you about money, and instead of you taking your time, listen to this bullshit celebrity stuff. You guys need to learn your history, and you need to be investing in each other. And find Negroes you can trust. And let me give you some more advice before I'm going to end this video in another few minutes. Don't invest with broke Negroes. Don't talk to broke Negroes. If these people do not have the same mindset that you do, and they don't know what to bring on the table, then cut them off. You've got to find better black people. Don't be the smartest one in the room. Then you're marginalized. Don't be the smartest one in the room. Because if you're the smartest Negro in the room, because you're trying to brag, well, I know everything. Everybody in here, that shit, these niggas don't know nothing. You act like you doing something. You stupid. You stupid. Find you some mentors and make sure you ain't the smartest person in the room. That way it gets you to the next level. And then when you get to the next level, don't forget to put your hand down, up, and across. Because you're going to be pulled apart like Gumby. And you ought to be. Because that was the rights that Kobe was supposed to do instead of breaking it off for the Latino community. But the Mexicans, they screaming and yelling in the street. Say it again. I'm going to say it again. You need to understand that if you're going to be here, hang around people who bring better things to the table that you can learn off of and mentor from. Don't be the smartest person in the room. Because if you are, you ain't bringing no value. You getting back into the Mimi mode. You don't think P. Diddy felt empowered? I got the Icon Award. I'm the HINC up in here. Head nigga in charge, for those who don't know. I'm the HINC up in here. I'm the HINC up in here. Nigga, what is all that gonna get any of us? You talking about the white man, I'm so sick of y'all talking about the white man. You don't need white people. You need some people with the fucking brain. You need to execute legislation. You need some black people who have some common sense and have control of their emotions. Control. We are very emotional people. I get it. Y'all done seen me go off. You done seen Shaquita come out of me. But I tell you today, in today's time, I need some strong black people who understand history. If you could DM me on Instagram and say, I am with you, Shirley. I need some strong black people with some money that we can start going to some of these fundraisers. Let me tell you something. You can be on the menu or you can be at the seat at the table. I'll wait. You can be on the menu or you can have a seat at the table. Which one you going to do? Because see, the seat at the table is this. When you're in politics, I'm going to throw you some low down stuff they don't tell you is later. I don't give a fuck. When you're in politics, the only way you'll have access to any of these people's power, you got to go to their fundraisers and you got to cut the check. And I'm a volunteer and I'm going to help raise money. They look at you like a different Negro. But when you walk in and you say, how much is this? Oh, the seats are $1,000, $5,000, $500. You need to cut the checks out of your pocketbook. And they start seeing that same Negro. She came back, she didn't wrote $500. She wrote $1,000. I know she wants something. That's how white people move. Instead, y'all looking for the free shit. I want a free chicken dinner. I want a free hat for Trump. All you Trump red hat people with blue dresses, y'all ain't no real Republicans because you don't respect the Republicans who came before you. You don't understand the Constitution. You don't understand capitalism. You don't understand conservatism. But you quick to come and attack a real conservative Republican. Bitch, back away from me before you speak to this queen, before I cut you. Got time for that bullshit. You motherfuckers don't even take the time to learn history. But you so busy happy to take a picture and some damn chicken dinner. You ain't nothing but on the menu, because when the next president come, they're going to toss that menu out because they got a new person that owns the store. The new store owner opened a new restaurant, and you ain't on the menu because they had you on last year's menu. But when you can afford to buy a seat at the table, it don't matter how many times you change the store owners. When is the store open? I'm ready to get my seat. Sit down here. Let me see what I can get off this menu to make it work for my family and my culture of people, because that's how everybody else is working the game. So if anybody got a little money and want to play the game right, we need Black people in these rooms of volunteer to get on these committees and these fundraisers, not on the committees, but to be able to sit at the table at these events as a paid constituent. I don't want to do that. I ain't got no money. Then this message part ain't for you. Go back to the nigga shit. But if you really say, I have a little extra change, then you go there so that way you can get to know the grant department. Well, you know, who's in charge of the grant department? And you've studied the grant department and you know exactly what grants you want. But the United States ain't nothing but a big checkbook. And that checkbook's getting written for everybody else, the minorities. What does that mean? Minorities. Everybody's a minority. I ain't no minority. I'm a descendant of slaves. Okay, what does that mean? Nothing. Because they're not making anything more specific towards you, because you're not demanding for excellence. You're not putting pieces of legislation. You're not going towards your legislator saying, I need policies for us. I don't want policies talking about conversations. I need policies regarding execution of policies that we need to have in place. The only way you're going to get those people to remember you is having a ticket to sit at the table. But most Negroes are on the menu. Because what? We're commoditized good trades and service. And consumers, that's what we are. And so if you could say, Shirley, from this day on, I'm going to think about that. I'm going to have a conversation about if I'm going to truly be BF1, Black family first. I'm going to truly understand the game of chess. I'm going to truly understand the game of Monopoly. Because if you look at that Monopoly board, you can be the blue section, the purple section, the red section, the yellow section. Everybody wants to be blue. You know the way to win on Monopoly? It don't matter what section you are. You want to win a section. You want to win all the purples. You want to win all the blues. If you get to a section, you end up dominating all the blues or all the railroads. It don't matter what everybody else buys, because eventually them suckers got to come back to you and land. And guess what? You get paid. You roll the dice. Damn, I got put in jail. Oh, wait a minute. I still get paid. How many of you guys have played Monopoly and then your ass get put in jail? And they go by the board and they realize you done put some apartments and some houses all on your damn side of the board. Damn, I gotta pay mama. She got all the purples. All the purples. And she done put some hotels on there. That's how those people get you. Because now you just a commodity. You just a little, you nothing but the piece on the board. Because you ain't sitting at the table. The people who own the piece of land on the board, they sitting at the table. Many of you Negroes, you out there playing pool. What is the last ball that you want to make sure you don't get in there? It's the black ball. That is the most powerful ball on the table. For some reason, you niggas don't know you the black ball. The black ball is every other ball. Let's hit that yellow ball. Let's hit the red ball. Let's hit the blue ball, the purple ball. Well, don't hit that black ball. The game's over. The game's over. The problem with white America is they hit the black ball. And now God is punishing this country. God is not happy with this country because people keep hitting black balls. Game over. Kobe hit the black ball. Game over. You cannot play with God's rules and regulation. Told you not to eat all those weird ass food. Game over. Not coming in the black communities, Chinese people, not respecting black people. Game over. Here comes the cult. Here comes the plague on your people, from your people. See, y'all don't understand. You got some power. Black people have a special anointing on them from God. But these Jesus ministers ain't nothing but pimps and menus. They are on the menus. They don't even try to sit themselves at the table To sit at the table, you need to have your own wealth built on your own merit. And guess what? White people respect that. Because trust me, they're going to do some background check. They ain't gonna, he'll say, how you get at this seat at this table? Oh, somebody donate. They raise money. Oh, okay. They don't disrespect that, but they don't respect it. But if you sit back and say, oh, no, they got small business. Oh, well, what did they do? Well, they got a cleaners company. Oh, no, they got an online business. Oh, okay. Well, they sell cookies. No, they sell beautiful purses. They design jackets. Oh, that's kind of interesting, huh? Well, it netted really well last month. It yielded $2 million. Really? Well, how did they do that? Well, they started an online business and they had certain design and they got the patent to it. Really? How did they do that? White people love to get all in your fucking business. Doesn't matter, you own it. It's public knowledge. So you earned your seat because you paid for that seat. Now you can go to them and say, now that you recognize what kind of Negro I am, I like to discuss issues with my people. What do you want from them? Because see, power represents and they recognize power. But all we got is money and numbers. And if we don't have the money, then we need to accumulate more of the numbers. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I appreciate you, family. I know this is late. I know I went long, but I'm sorry. I had to get some point across. I had to make it clear that we need to have discussions with one another. I want you to think about the ideas that I've shared with you. I want you to pray. I want you to have clarity and value who you are. Learn your own damn history. And remember, you are BF1, Black Family First. If we're not going to be Black Family First, and we're going to sit back and allow these people to come into our culture and we marry into theirs, they need to respect ours. Because otherwise, we are a hot mess. And we don't need to apologize. You know, Toby, he made his parents apologize for selling his stuff. See, that's not long life. Like I said on the bottom, honor your mother and your father, that you may have long life. That is one of the first commandments of the promise. One of the first ones. Honor your mother and your family. Yes, we need the Negro book. The Negroes are books that we need to know our own people. We need to know our own people. We need to speak well of our own people. But if we don't do that, and we continue to throw rocks and stones, and if we don't do that, we are failing ourselves. But if we think outside of this box, of this mental box that government has imposed upon us, how these slave owners have kept us divided, going back all the way to slavery, we have been divided as a nation of people. That's a problem. But we identify the problem, then we can move through it. And as soon as we identify the problem, we can have new life. I want to thank you all for coming in, Dark Matter and Maxwell Allen. Yeah, I love you so much. You guys are so good. Pam is always moderating. DEN, MRG, you are phenomenal. I just think so many of you guys. Sister B always come in. Sister B, Black Matter, Burning Brass, thank you so much. Dimitri comes in. XXX, you on point. I appreciate you too. Oh man, there's so many. Samuel, if I don't say everybody's name, please don't get mad at me. Iron, I appreciate you all. I really do. You guys add so much value. You share. Diane, thank you so much for coming in. You all are real money. Real money had me laughing. You're funny. Brian, I thank you so much. You guys are always on point. I just think you add so much value and thoughts to the matter, because the more we talk, the more we grow. I don't think there's any wrong or any right. I think it's conversation. The one, thank you so much. I appreciate it, because the more that we talk to each other, the more we understand that we are the empowering people. But if we don't empower each other and we don't keep it real and 100, then we fail. God bless you. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you click the like button and keep it moving forward. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.